You? Watch too much photos? Thank you so much, Levy, for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much, Levy. Huge shout out to Gotham Chess, who we just almost...
Roy's countering. Percocet gets the knock.
Oh, another one.
Quick counter.
The trade. Sam with the drop shot from behind. Unsuccessful on that. J7 coming in for the support.
What's going on, everybody? We're here.
Whoa!
We're live.
Here we are. Welcome to the PUBG Mobile Club Open. It's your boy F. Dot, and of course, Hot Jukes. Hot day. How you doing, man?
Dude, doing great, man. Excited to get day number 2 here of the group stages. We saw Group A, we saw Group B go at it, and we saw some pretty interesting stuff, to say the least. Especially, I mean, considering that, you know, PMWL, which was a couple days ago, but now 2 new groups going at it for the first time. So, I mean, I'm just pumped up to see, you know, how we're gonna start the day off here.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest deal here that you were talking about, having the worlds kind of like, not yesterday, but 2 days ago at this point, right into the open. There's a little bit of whiplash of the level of play that you're able to see, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're seeing totally different strategies, different squads, new faces, some familiar, and even some of the familiar faces that we expected to do great. I mean, just having to get used to this type of playstyle. I mean, it's been just insanity.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, every time the group stages, it just hits different than any other tournament, that's for sure.
It's just a lot of fun being able to kind of watch these teams come out here, because yesterday we saw, so we've got 4 groups here, 32 teams in total, and today we're going to see 2 of them go head to head with, that's 16, right? 32 divided by 2? Yeah,
That's
bang,
correct.
we're there. Quick maths. So we're going to see C and D go again about it today. But yesterday we had some unknown teams, some teams with a couple of familiar faces, and then Impact, who like we all know and love. And everybody's, if we had predictions, they would all be busted. Everybody kind of did their own thing.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. If I was a betting man, I would have bet the house that those guys were coming out in top 3. You know, but
Yep.
surprisingly, I would have been, if I would have hopefully made written down the wrong way, because they turned out to be bottom 3. You know, so I mean, they still got, you know, a couple more days to play. I think a good couple chicken dinners is really all it takes to try and move on to this next stage. At the same time, though, we saw in the World League, Cloud9, you know, didn't make it to Super Weekend because they had 2 bad days. I mean,
Right.
And that was just like, I mean, it can happen to the best of all levels here. So hey, you know what? This is the first day. We'll give a little bit of leeway, just like a tiny little bit, a little hair, you know. And I mean, a little hair, you know, but still, you know, like, you know, you got to get it done here next day.
I got a lot of hair, and so I'm always willing to give people a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And for me, we spent a lot of time yesterday talking about the different levels of play and the different way that these guys are coming in here, right? Impact is used to a high level of play. And what does that mean? Yesterday, we were seeing teams skirt around the edges, like it was like 2 years ago or whatnot, not playing in the middle. And so Impact are playing the game like they're used to, and they're getting taken down by these other guys playing like it's a classic. And so you've got to really understand like where you're coming into and how to play the game the right way, but also how to play the game the way the game's asking you to be played right now.
You got to be able to make adjustments. Got to make it, and that's going to be even at the lowest level all the way up to the highest. You know, I think you're going to see the squads that are able to kind of just play a different style on the fly and adapt quicker. Those are the ones that you normally see succeed at this level. But hey, let's give a quick reminder to all these, you know, people watching here, how you get some points in this tournament. And as you can see, first place, 20 points. That's going to get you a good solid chicken dinner. Number 2, going to give you 14, and 3, going to give you 10.
The biggest point here, though, obviously it goes down 1 after 10th place. But the biggest point here is that 5-word sentence at the bottom. Each kill gives 1 point.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I say that is because we saw some tremendous performances yesterday. Something like 20 kills in a round. Punjab Esports found themselves number 2 overall, I think, after the entire day, because they were able to find a whole bunch of kills. And 303 were able to find themselves at the top alongside Syndicate throughout the day, off of just kills alone. So if you're out here fragging some of these, keep in mind it's an open, right? So if you're able to kind of frag these teams that are, you know, a little bit beneath you, or so you think, that's how you can kind of bolster yourself up in addition to your slot points. And you know, here in the open tournament, that's more valuable than it is elsewhere.
Gotta agree with you, and especially, you know, we saw an announcement come from PUBG Mobile about the future tournaments that are coming up, and there actually looks like they're gonna be making some adjustments on this point system as well. So, and you know, for those of you guys that haven't checked it out, you have to, because I tell you, it's gonna basically change the entire game. I mean, we're gonna start seeing, I think, in my opinion, kills become even more valuable than they are already. But man, all these teams are having to put work in today. And you know what? Speaking of teams, let's go through the groups. Let's remind everybody today, you know, which groups are playing and all the teams. We'll start off with Group A and Group B, of course. They didn't get to play, but starting with Group A, we have Ninth Circle, 4 Angry Babies, ThizzleTron, 3000, Powerful, Figure 8, The Soul, Bats, and Versatile. Moving on over to Group B.
We've got Impact 303, Syndicate, Warning 6, SK by BLW, Defeaters, 6 Angry Men, and Punjab Esports. And that was yesterday. So Group A and B, Ninth Circle is a group of players that everybody knows kind of grouping up into a new super team, so to speak. Versatile looked really strong. Group B had 303, which is our number 4 team overall at the moment. Syndicate there as well, which is number 1 overall. And Punjab Esports was a team that kind of came out of nowhere. They're sitting number 2, and they were the team to watch yesterday for sure. But today, we're going to take a look at Group C and Group D in these lobbies.
Yeah, you know, moving straight on over to Group C, we're going to have Scrim Farm, NA, Null, Execute, Infinix Gaming, Hometown, Cosmos Esports, Tibet, and Tip Top CN1. So that's right, Group C, these are going to be some of the first teams that we're going to be catching. Null, I definitely remember right off the bat, they're going to have some great players that have been here playing for quite a while right now, and definitely some new names. I'm really looking forward to see how they perform today.
Yeah, it should be interesting kind of watching them go into it and see what they're able to kind of grab as well. In effects, I thought there was somebody on that squad that was a little bit interesting. Yeah, Chica.
Yeah, Infinix going to have Chica, and Chica was with Tempo Storm, one of the top, you know, teams in, you know, North America. Not to mention, you know, he was a great performer for them in the past, and we saw a little bit of, you know, little Twitter drama, you know, in the back end of there, because the man has had, you know, more experience than a lot of different people just in playing competitively, you know, going to LANs. That's a whole nother, you know, issue. I mean, when you start playing at a LAN, there's a lot of added things, that's for sure. You got to deal with pressure, you got to deal with loud sounds, you know, not hearing, and I mean, he has that experience under his belt. So when he became a free agent, I think he was a free agent a little longer than expected here. So I think he's got something to prove coming into these group stages.
Without a doubt. I mean, Chica, you know, over a year on that Tempo Storm team, Atlanta, New York, Dallas. I mean, this guy has been around, and like you said, you know, that understanding of being on LAN. Yesterday, we saw some situations where, like, man, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda won that trade, played that better. The type of atmosphere on LAN is very different from the type of atmosphere in the opens, but the sort of like anxiety that comes with this level of competition is something that Chica is well known for, is well conditioned for. So Infinix, I think, has a nice look. Let's take a look at Group D as well. I was just about to say Group Number D, but Group Letter D. We've got Latinos Unidos, Endgame, Paradox, NA, Spartanos Gaming, Level X Esports, Most Wanted, Death Angels, and Quest.
Oh yeah, some big heavy hitters here in this squad as well. So man, I mean, this is gonna be a big here. I can't wait to see some other groups, you know, once they start getting mixed up going forward. But Latinos Unidos, definitely a squad I've seen in the past. Endgame, Most Wanted as well. And you know, some of these other squads, I mean, they all made it here. We had 80,000 teams, you know, try to qualify for this tournament. And these are the ones that made it on top.
Yeah, Most Wanted, you mentioned them. Alucard's going to be coming out. He was formerly on Tribe Gaming. So a couple of, again, this is what you sort of expect in the open stages. A couple of teams with a couple of names here trying to do their thing. Some complete unknowns. But that's the exciting part, because you sit here and you go, all right, man, Chica's going to farm, right? Well, what if he doesn't? That's a big question mark. And then if he does, well, it's just as exciting. And then you got to ask yourself, I mean, like I said, yesterday, as far as the points are concerned, Punjab Esports is number 2 overall. And again, I said this yesterday, I mean this with all due respect, they're nobodies about to become somebodies. And this is what the Club Open is about.
You're not messing around. I mean, that's so true. We saw some strategies that I thought that maybe they were going to start, you know, struggling a little bit with. But at the end of the day, they just got it done. They just pushed together as a squad.
They adjusted.
And took out a ton of teams. I mean, to get 20 kills and a chicken dinner. It's just ridiculous. It really, really is, you know, when you try to consider it, because I mean, that's 40 points on your total leaderboard. And to be able to do that at any stage that is actually, you know, where there's money on the line, it's definitely not easy. So, you know, big ups for them. And a quick reminder, of course, ladies and gentlemen, 4 matches played today. We're going to go on over to Erangel. Going to hit it on with Sanhok, Miramar, and mess around with another Erangel to finish it off. Day number 2. Let's get going.
Yeah, and these are the same maps that we saw day number 1 as well. So A and B are going to have the same scenario as C and D here today. Erangel, Sanhok, and everything else. So, you know, no difference there in our matches. So the 4 games that we played today should be pretty much the exact same thing that we came from yesterday. And this is what I was kind of talking about before, you know, looking at how all the teams have kind of lined up here, so to speak, Jukes, has been really impressive. Some familiar names where you might not expect them to be.
Yeah, I mean, and it's always a challenge, no matter how much, you know, experience. A lot of guys are like, hey, you know what, you've been on a pro team. We expect you to automatically be able to just be on top, you know, of these kind of games. And even if you have other pro players, it's tough. I mean, synergy is so huge. At the end of the day, this is a team game. It's a team game where everybody has to show up and get it done together. And it's not easy. That's for sure. I mean, you know, trying to work as a unit under this pressure. You have one player, and that's PUBG Mobile, one player that just throws a smoke in the wrong time at the wrong place. And is just a little too far behind. I mean, you could wipe out your whole entire squad. So, yeah, I mean, at this level, you gotta be on your P's and on your Q's.
We saw just how important that was last time around. You know, yesterday, I'm trying to think who it was. I'm pretty sure it was 303 that made one of my favorite plays yesterday, kind of watching the 3-1 split, which is pretty standard, or is Punjab here that was playing the 3-1 split that's pretty standard, and the level of coordination that you need to have. You threw out synchronized swimming, I threw out marching band. Everybody looks like they're connected by string almost, because if you go too far away from your team, you're kind of smoked. But if you're too close, then everybody gets gunned down in the one shot. So you've got to be able to maintain that positioning and understand each other, and that stuff isn't baked in overnight. So this is a tall task for these squads.
And you'd be surprised at this level, you could be, you know, doing exactly the right thing, but one player can just have that high IQ, throw a pre-nade, and your grouped up squad can just get entirely wiped. And, you know, that's a mind game, you know, because now you do a strategy that works 99 times out of 100, but that one time it got your whole squad wiped out early. And then it got you second guessing. Oh man, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore. Maybe we should do this and this. And then you start seeing teams really start to suffer. But hey, you know what? Quick reminder here. This is what the leaderboard's looking like after day number 1. Now remember, this is Group A and Group B that played here. So Syndicate, of course, first place. Remember, Punjab in second. And going on over to the rest, these are all the other squads here. You see 0 points because, again, first day that they will be playing. And ladies and gentlemen, they're in the lobby. Finally, they're all ready to go. We start seeing them punching around. So let's go ahead and jump straight on into the game as the plane is now. It's here and it's going.
Hey,
let's get it going. Day number 2, game 1. Yeah, baby. Let's go.
I'm excited here, man. You know, I'm a little bit more settled in and everything. You said a lot of nice words about me yesterday, but I'm still just as nervous as anybody else who would have been here for the first day. So I'm glad to get a chance to see some of the competition. I'm kind of chilling, and straight up, I just want to see some action.
I gotta tell you what, man. You know, just it's an honor to be able to just, you know, cast alongside someone who has this much experience, you know, in esports in general. And I really love. It's a really interesting, I think, fact, because you know what, this is the group stages. So this is the first time that these players are playing at this level. You know, for a majority of them, of course. And you know, it's a totally different type of play style. And I love to be able to see your perspective, you know, from someone who, you know, is just getting into kind of like PUBG Mobile and really analyzing these kind of plays, to kind of see you know, comparing to your experience from other games. It's definitely, I think, a take that we don't really get to see very often.
Yeah, it's fun because there are some, there are some real obvious moves that come across every shooter, not even just BRs, right? Like, can you three peek well? Can you maintain communication with your teammates? Like, that goes for literally every game you want to play competitive. Hey, you got to do it in football, so it's going to be the same here. But then, of course, there are the really specific things, things like how rare we'd see the snipers come out, or making sure to blow your cars up before you hide behind them. We saw a number of squads kind of wiped out by nitty-gritty details like that. And what's fun is that's what separates the squads. When we see everybody drop here with the circle on the east side of the map, we see a lot of that nonsense play and a lot of the oops, I guess I killed him. And then as we shave the players out of there, you start to see the play sort of more refined and more professional, straight up. And
you can
that's
see the
fun.
squads. Yeah, you can see these different teams kind of get it done. My favorite is as well is to see the squads that you see suffer like right off the bat, game 1, game 2, but then come game 3, you could just start seeing them start to adapt. They start trying to understand. They mix up their strategies and then start having some success. But here we are, game number 1, and here it is, Everfury. Now, this is a legend in the PUBG mobile community. This man has been playing comp since the start, basically from season 1. I know that he's kind of pumped up to be able to get it done here with Endgame here in the group stages.
So the people he's surrounded with there on Endgame, Swift, Kato, and Wick,
yeah.
are these guys also people he's familiar with, or are they newer players?
So these are all players that have quite a bit of experience in the scene. Everfury, he actually played in the Star Challenge in North America. He played in Dubai. He was with Method GG for quite a while as well. And Kodo played for Cloud9 in the past. He played in Cloud9 in Dubai,
sure.
and he's played for quite a few teams. So now this is the first time I see this squad play at this level. And I know that Kodo, especially, I mean, he's been out of the scene for a while. He was considered one of the top fraggers in all of North America not too long ago. So he's got something to prove coming in here to the group stages.
And this is the spot to do so for sure. Talking about the frags and how heavy those kill bounties kind of came into account. Looking at everybody kind of, Punjab, like we said, they got, what was it, 30 points in one round off of their chicken dinner and then 10 additional kills. Wait, it's 40. They had 20 kills.
Oh,
yeah, it's insane.
They were just crushing it. I mean, it's an insane amount to have. I mean, we rarely see it often. So, I mean, that's a record. That's a record for the group stages, and I don't think we're going to see that peak, to be honest, for the rest of the days.
But that's the thing, is that we don't normally see it because the competition is usually so much closer. That's the big topic of conversation is how you have to identify how good you are versus the rest of the crop. And game number 1 is going to be a lot more passive than 2, 3, and 4, because after game 1, everybody sees how good everybody is, quote unquote, and then you can just full rush, full send against the squad that you saw get scrubbed out in the first stages of map number 1, right? And so
I mean,
PC players get more comfortable, they'll go for it.
I think that you'll see that, and I think that you could also see the reverse and go against them in some ways too, because as that squad, gets comfortable and thinking, okay, we can take out these teams, no problem. Once you start getting to game number 3, game number 4, maybe that team as well starting to get more comfortable. They're starting to loosen up. Those initial, pre-game jitters are finally going away. So now a team that you thought that, all right, we can wipe these guys out easy, now they're starting to play their game for real, and then it turns on you really quickly here. So I think that at the end of the day, when you got money on the line at risk, don't take risks. Don't underestimate any team. Now, there are, after a while, if you played a good solid, 50 games against that squad, and relatively that, their weaknesses, then maybe you can try to exploit that. But other than that, I mean, you do not want to make a misstep, because we've seen squads that we thought were going to get wiped out. Teams get overconfident, and then boom, they get turned on real quick. So you got to be careful no matter what.
That's the delicate balance, I think, and you can take this one back to your games at home or even in other games, is the identification of skill level and being able to take advantage of it, because it's straight up and down. You've got to be careful, and any mistake can happen, but if you notice that you are just better than these other players, you have to take that advantage, because you're not going to be in that position often. So that's really what these group stages are about. 36 teams feeling each other out. We're going to cut it down to, I think, 24 in the semifinals. And you just got to really feel it out and understand how these teams are going to approach. So for the early stages of our first map here today, relatively slow play, nothing too crazy. You can see IF getting involved a little bit with one knock, but largely...
Oh, man. Sleep, looks like we got a little bit of a spectator glitch going over here. Either that or Sleeps is just doing burnouts in the middle of the field. And yeah, and it looks like just like that, the tires caught traction and he's gone. He disappeared out of there from the corner. But yeah, IFX on the rotation. He has Naya. And man, it looks like they just seem to be kind of like having their way right now. Here's Chica.
Yeah, he's real comfortable here. Gonna line up. Sleepless in the divot, hiding out in the smoke. Just a hair of HP, and Chica really trying to get the angle here. Is this a good location for Chica to be in?
I mean, Chica, considering how much experience he has, I mean, he's a really, really good shooter. So I think that he's trying to kind of press these teams a little more than he normally would. But you got to watch out. Sleepless did catch a 6x. Not able to get it done. Oh, look at Peralta with that cover fire through the smoke. Tagging him a little bit.
Yeah, that's the teamwork that we're talking about, right? Chica's able to get on out of there, what was kind of a precarious situation. And now Chica's going to come with a full flank nade over there. Sleepless kind of by himself, most wanted. I don't know where the rest of them are, but Sleepless.
Oh, what a nade.
Yeah, he's going to sleep.
Yeah, he is. He's taking a nap for sure. I mean, Chica wanted that one, and I think I think Peralta, as soon as he got some shots through that smoke. Oh, the run over, Chica! Don't do the man like that. Oh man, no. Leave him some dignity. I mean, wow, what a brutal way to finish him out right there. Chica, hey, showing that, hey, guess what? I've been doing this. I do this for a living right here, and the confidence, man. I mean, he's definitely playing his own game at the start of this tournament.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Chica going into that tower. We talked about a similar tower yesterday and how dangerous that could be because you're just out there in the open. And you said it. He's going to play a little bit more aggressively because he knows his level of play versus the rest of the field, and that gives us the confidence in order to find the flank. The run over. Now listen, I am here for every taunt in every game. That's who I am. I'm from New York. We like to be loud and proud, so I like that sort of thing. But that's the other side of the coin that you mentioned. That could come back to bite him if he does that sort of stuff against an unknown player that is just as strong. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. And you can see, some of these teams already like level. They've already taken OP dip here. We're starting to see these guys know the spots. They know them. They know the landscape. That's really good to see. And I wonder how that is gonna look out for them. I'm gonna keep an eye on level X. Because, I mean, look how well grouped up they are. They have all their UASs. They're positioning them right to have cover. I mean, great strategy.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Level X coming out of India. This is the fun stuff when you're watching unknown players in open stages that, like, we don't know how bad these players are, but we don't know how good they are. And so you're going to see a lot of people running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. But you'll also see that and go, oh, this team clearly knows what's up. They've clearly done the homework. And, this is a squad that has the chips to put on the table versus, somebody that maybe got lucky in qualifiers here or there or whatnot. So, identifying the new teams to watch and kind of coming out, especially off the back of Worlds where you're like, all right, these are the teams. We know Cloud9. We know Try. We know who's here. You're able to kind of go, all right, I don't know this. And there's fun in seeing these new teams give it a go.
Definitely, and that's the tough part. I think that when it comes to really looking at group stages, you have these squads that at the end of the day, 80,000 people signed up. So the fact that they made it here shows that hey, we got some skill. We can definitely get it done.
Oh yeah.
At the same time though, man, the skill cap is so huge when it comes to this game and the highest level of competition. Because when you start talking about the Cloud9s, the Bigatrons, the RQ, even Orange Esports, all these, Loops, all these insane teams, they are just playing at an entirely different game of PUBG Mobile here. So I think that if it's some of these teams, first time playing, I'm really, looking forward to see how, the kind of the competitive shock will, if you will be, they're going to be able to feel here as as the group stages move on.
End the game here, trying to mosey on over. We're going to switch up and join Quest and Death Angels. 19 versus 20. We like to see it. Nice and easy here. And Quest are chilling, waiting for the circle. They've got a decent amount of gear, it looks like. What's the take on how well they're equipped?
Yeah, and you can just see Skies. He's got that Uzi out early, so I
Yeah.
mean that is the meta. Like up close and personal fighting, the Uzi is just so strong right now. I mean, I think I'd pick that over any other weapon. Cross is rocking the M16. Not really a weapon you want to have unless you're really good at single tapping and you want it for long range. At the same time, I'm thinking if you can get your hands on an M4, you're taking it all day long.
I like their setup the way they are right now, though. You have the M16, which I'm sure he wishes was an M4. Maybe even, I don't know if anybody wishes it was a Scar, but, you know, he's got his long rifle here, and maybe look for the taps. And if anybody jumps in and does wind up rushing their structure, boom, Uzi Man right behind their Skies waiting for it. So they have a nice little, you know, sort of sniper and spotter combination there because Quest are split up 2 and 2 right now. Those two players in the structure, so ready for kind of anything that comes their way, even though they're away from the rest of their squad is something to look at for sure.
I mean, it's all about communication. Got to be able to work together. Got to work together and get it done. Speaking of work together, as you can see these squads, you know, the zone number 2 starting to close now, and usually at this point you'll see teams prepared to get in their vehicles and get to moving, and Kodo gets headshot and finished really quick from Goldblade. Huge shots right here.
Real clean. Now Endgame trying to find out where it came from. And it's team number 9. That's Hometown. And Xavier able to get the long range snipe shot.
That Car 98 putting it to work. You love to see it. He said, "You killed my buddy. You killed Kodo," and he was able to get that return knock really fast. Love to see that coming up from Caliber. Excalibur.
Yeah, that's important. That's a huge trade, right? If you're gonna be put down to 3, you got to make sure that the other team kind of suffers the same nonsense. And Endgame felt pretty comfortable there, but clearly had to help their teammate. Oof, man, the losing Kodo there is not what they planned on.
No, I mean, he's such a strong fragger, too. At least he has been in the past as well. So it's definitely not going to feel too hot for Endgame being down 3. And that's kind of the worst case scenario. You know, you want to be able to at least die in a fight. So, you know, getting taken out on a rotation, it sucks. But they have to be real careful because this squad knows that they're down a member. It looks like they're looking to send it right now onto Endgame. Did Jack spot Everfury?
All the way in. All the way in. Hometown are trying to bring it to him. Endgame going to run upstairs as Hometown swarms the first floor of the building. You can see Endwick here.
Oh, what a nade.
And then Excalibur next door. He gets a little bit naded, but I think he's relatively fine inside that one. Goldblade's down low HP, but Wick by himself is going to get ran on.
And Flash has got taken out by Everfury, who had a really good angle, and he has this little hill to work with. He's going to try to go for this big off angle. He could play a really big spoiler on the Hometown right here. Does he spot? Oh, he does. And here comes the spray.
Is going to be big. Hold it down, but the third shot's good. Beautiful play there by Hometown, dealing with not just the players in front of them, but the guys behind them.
Wick's going to try to low toss this right here and catch him with a nade. Will he be up? Oh, 1 HP. Trickster barely makes it out of this one. The rest of Endgame needs to come help out if they want to get this done. And it looks, here comes Excalibur, able to get that pickup onto Everfury. But, oh, Wick, all on his lonesome right now. Just trying to hold it down.
If he can waste enough time, his teammates can kind of come out.
Sending.
He's going to 3-peek here and then show up. They're running all the way upstairs. And he's going to go downstairs. They look outside for the off-tank. They knock Everfury, and they find Excalibur, and that's it. Nice play from Hometown dealing with the entirety of Endgame.
Man, Hometown, they are not messing around. They executed Endgame really quick right there. So, man, I mean, Trickster, Jat, Flash, and Goldblade, these guys know what they're doing, that's for sure, because, I mean, Endgame is not they're not just some, you know, team that's brand new. They definitely have some experience under their belt, and they took them out almost with ease.
And see, what I liked there about Hometown, again, this is largely, you got to get your scout chops up here as Skies gets knocked here by team 20. Wait, who was Skies knocked by?
Zio, yeah, Zio got that quick snipe with that M24. Love to see them bolt action snipers. That's always been my favorite weapon, and it's so difficult to catch on stream because, you know, to use snipers at this level, you have to be just so fast. So we don't get to see it too often, but man, you know, Zio able to get it done. And they got a really good position right here. I'm not sure if they're in the next circle. This is circle number 4. And yeah, here it comes. Okay, they're far away from it as it hard shifts over to farm. Hometown, they're sitting pretty in it as well. But look at all these teams. They're going to have to rotate right now. And they're going to rotate late. Really late.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up hometown being stuck inside or being inside the circle in a good way, and you know, this is where you put your scout hat on and you kind of identify how good and how bad is, and watching hometown kind of take that fight. That's a fight that I think anybody with a couple of hours of competitive could have put under their belt, but I think a lot of people die there with the flank coming out from the players looking for the off angle there from endgame, and the fact that they were able to handle both of it was really smooth. Here we've got Spartanos Gaming versus Tip Top. All 4 players alive on both sides.
Yeah, and you can see Tip Top, all 4 members pushing together as a squad. And oh, look, he sees another team. Michael Tanker with the 6x trying to get that finish. Not able to connect. And right now, you can just see them trying to group up. And they're in this circle. I wouldn't be surprised if they opt to just kind of share right here. But man, if Spartan gets a spot, you know he's taking it.
Yeah, Spartan's real hungry right now. He's right outside that front door. And they might be able to share, but you can see green and yellow slightly to the west on the minimap that they've got to watch out for. 5, I think, is uninterested.
Oh, Yang. This could be a big name.
Cooking it.
Oh, that's so risky, though. Yeah, because Spartan... Oh, Spartan picked his head out! Yeah, with the quick flick with that Uzi. Good stuff. And here come the nades to finish. Oh, maybe they think that he is upstairs. Didn't realize there's nobody there. Danny with a great snot.
That's absolutely it. That's absolutely it. Tip Top thinks that there's somebody upstairs. They're slow clearing this building and there's nobody there. Instead, the players are in the building next door taking pot shots.
Yang with the nade. Takes out Spartan, and Tanker barely makes it alive. Oh, but Tanker's gonna come with his own. Oh, he makes it out.
Not gonna hit anybody. They're gonna run. Yeah, they ran away from that one.
Great movement. Great movement from Yang right there. Who's gonna get this nade off first? Can Sketch throw it in the... Oh, this was good. Boom. Oh, Yang mistimed it. He mistimed it by like half a second, giving Yang enough time to run out there. So close. Really interesting. And you can see right now, Tip Top, you know, they're just throwing some smokes right now to just, you know, just say, hey, guys, enough. You know, let's just coexist for a little while. We're in the circle. Fight each other later. But we'll see how that ends up working. Moving on to some other fights now.
13 is Latinos, and 7 is going to be Execute. And so that little divot that 7's in, that a good spot or a bad spot?
Not optimal, that's for sure. I don't think they want to be there, but they have to be there. You know, so that's not definitely like a competition, like kind of rotational area. At the end of the day, it will work in a pinch, and that's why I think you see them having to throw so many smokes out right here, and they're just trying to stay alive in this zone as it's gonna start closing in the next 30 seconds. I mean, still 15 teams alive, and we're almost 20 minutes in.
All these teams right here in this area are they're just waiting for the net, man. They're just waiting to kind of deal with it. 7 knows that they're largely stuck there. Number 6 is going to be Null. And they're certainly a team that people are watching for sure. A couple of good names on that one.
You can just see, yeah, definitely some shots coming through. IFX sitting really pretty in the center. And I think that they are in a great position for the rest of this match. They got to worry about Hometown, Null as well. They are pretty set up. And this circle's gonna start closing. Tibet are just driving in right now. Oh yeah, back over to Hometown. You see them 3 buggies. Oh, nades coming out and gets one on the flash.
That was the absolute outside of the radius. Flash gets hit from the left. Both players are knocked. Where is Goldblade? Goldblade is playing way away from the squad, so he's not even gonna be able to get here in order to help out. Chica grabs one, and will likely just finish off the other. See, here's where Goldblade is. All the way out here dealing with the last member of Death Angels.
Well, he's not going to have to just deal with that. He's going to deal with the zone as it's starting to close down. Oh, another team taken out early from Tip Top. Oh, looks like Tip Top was able to get the edge on that fight right there. Got a couple vehicles to work with. And it looks like they're going to have to set up a car wall. There's just no cover in the zone.
Not at all, yeah. Team 12 trying to figure out where to go. Reckless in a bad spot, but... yeah, they're just gonna have to snake it. They're gonna chill here in the grass. Meanwhile, SP getting taken down. Spartanos not looking too great here. 13 is going to turn on to number 7 as well.
Yeah, you can see Latinos Unidos, Gabriel, trying to get some good peaks. He's got that Uzi out, ready to go. There's only 2 members left up for his team. Still 11 teams alive. Yeah, these guys, we're starting to see some teams that are just playing it real slow, just moving up inch by inch. And that is a really, really tough play style to deal with. You got to be able to hit some big major shots. And you can see Dorado, he's just eating blue zone right now. And it does not feel good.
Not this time.
Nope. I mean, trust me. I mean, I've had plenty of blue zone for dinner, and every single time, upset my stomach. That's for sure.
It ain't chicken. That's
Nope,
one thing.
that's what you want. That's what you want. But man, instead, you know, you get the cold blue zone, and you can just see
Claiming a couple of lives there. 2 players
good
dying in the blue.
shots. You know, Steve-O with that DP, you know, just throwing it down range right now. Oh, the zone's locked onto them. So that's pretty good, and it looks like we're going to have a party here in Farm.
Wow, 10 teams left, 28 players in total. As we're kind of getting down to the wire. This is circle number 5, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, so it's circle number 6, and it's starting to close right now. And this one just hurts really bad.
This one's good, yeah.
Yeah, this one you do not want to be in for by any means. And Latinos Unidos, all these teams right here, they need to start running. They need to start running right now. And you can see them starting to look at that dossier to just get that done. Because but the indecision. You see him just kind of running around in a circle. He's like, do we push? Can we? And they have to. They have to. Yeah, you got to go. And this is one of the worst rotations right here. This is not fun. Will they be able to make it? We'll have to find out.
Same situation as them in that spot, right? Not ideal, but you do what you got to do. This rotation, not ideal, but you do what you got to do.
You got to do it. You got to do it. I mean, you got no choice. And just like that, I mean, take it out. I mean, with that blue zone, it forces you, no matter what. No matter, you got 5 teams gatekeeping you. It's either leave or die. And you can see Tip Top, they're just trying to push onto Para right now.
Real strong. Reckless heals up. And that was going to be the only bad spot for Tip Top. Setting out shots there at a level X. That's the team we saw pull some good moves earlier on, so keep an eye for them for sure. Level X are also going to clean up 2 players just like that.
Look at Para. I mean, Para's just slapped. He's hanging it down in this wizard tower here. Oh, Shy with the tapping away. Will he be able to take down Beastex? Gets them through the smoke. Good tracking coming out from Shy.
Nice stuff. I like to see that sort of gun control because it's so incredibly difficult, I feel like, on this arena. So watching that sort of tracking and that gun control is really just satisfying to watch.
Oh, man, it's clean. You know, the spray, and they ain't praying. Oh, the nades, though. You're coming out from GR. Can he get the finishes here on the spray? This one looks like it is going to bounce close. Doesn't. Wow, doesn't hit the mark. That hill must be just too steep. Just too steep for GR. Molly as well.
Good nade. Is it going to land anywhere? Because the Molly will deny the area, but Paradox a little bit comfy over there. And Tip Top, you see Yang here just waiting. This is the definition of gatekeep, right? Just hanging out saying, all right, man, you got to pass. You got to pay the troll toll. I'm here. What are you going to do about it?
You shall not pass. That is exactly what's in his mind. And it looks like it is in the mind of these other players as well. No, Fierce. Looks like he's in the last one up. Pinch between 2 teams right now. Just praying in the smoke, trying to shimmy. Get his last points as possible. And we're seeing some teams was putting some good kills on the board. Only 5 teams remaining right now.
I'm real happy to see Gabriel over here just finding the. He's got 3 kills so far. He's just gonna grab the pan, walk out towards everybody.
Oh, we got caught.
And oh no, from a distance?
Yep. Leaned a little too much, and that's just what I'm saying. These guys are just rethinking it. They are checking every angle. And man, if they spot you even just that slightest little pixel, they're gonna spray it real quick here. And GR, no sir. They know where you're at. Here comes the nade, and that's 1 down for Tip Top.
Again, level X, 4 kills so far for them. They're one of 4 teams left up in here. It's gonna be level X, Tip Top, Paradox, and 1 other. I can't really get my eyes on here, but level X, I think, are the most promising looking team. There they are. That's gonna be no. Okay. I really enjoyed watching Level X this lobby. I think they have been fun to watch. Are they your favorites here? As we have 4 left.
I mean, right now, I think I can't blame it. I think that they got 4 members up. They're snaking really well. They have to be careful, I think, for Paradox, because Paradox is working really well as a unit in these smokes. If they get a good couple knocks, yeah, look at that. Level X
and this
just
is
spotting out Null.
This is huge as well because we talked about how important the kill counts are in this particular format with the open going on. You want to get these kills in addition to the placements for sure. And so coming up here and third partying on what was very obviously not their fight. That was Paradox versus Null. And Level X just kind of snuck on up and did it to him. So
the play put that ult on there, and Sonu, he's just spraying through the grass trying to catch Fears. And it looks like he's not able to. He does not want to stand up. That is for sure. As, oh my gosh, Cold. Shy, I'm sorry, from Tip Top. Oh, what a nade!
Big nade!
Reckless.
Finishes off Ultron, not Beast, knocks on, and Sanu's gonna fall down as well. Level X looks to be the favorite in this lobby, and they are getting farmed up.
Oh, but Logan,
the only one left. They're gonna push
Logan
him,
said,
but
no,
he's
sir!
One.
Logan said, no, sir. I'm not out yet. And look at that, 8 kills on the board for Level X. And he's going to have to get it done. Paradox, they've been just waiting the whole time. Oh, Trey. Oh, finally gets caught out, though. And,
yeah, got to ride that luck train. And last ticket was there. No, Fears is the only one alive. Paradox, on the other hand, 4 players left. They're likely to win the chicken dinner here. Just got to actually do it.
Oh, that was so close. Almost thought we were going to see some craziness right there. Try the best he can, but it's all Paradox here for game number 1, day 2. Great kills on the board for them. I mean, a total of 8. Cannot knock it at all. Null ended up getting 2nd place right there. So, they know, they got to be pretty pumped up about that. And, of course, Level X. I mean, we thought that they had it, but one nade just changed it all real quick.
Nades, that's one of the big things, I think, when you look at, players that come from other BRs, nades in PUBG and PUBG Mobile are incredibly effective. They're so powerful. Oh, yeah. And that right there was exactly, that's it. They took down, I know they had to finish it off with some gunplay, Jukes, but that squad was eliminated with one nade. Straight up.
One nade. Yeah, one nade to rule them all. We're going down the leaderboards here. Saw, KDS getting 11th place. Some great games so far. So, pretty pumped up. I think we're starting to see, some teams get, a little bit warmed up and starting to perform, I think, at a level that they're looking to do. Now, they still got 3 more matches left to go. But guess what? F-Dot.
What's up?
Got the scores. Ooh. Ready to go.
Show me the scores.
And loaded. Let's get right into it right now. And as you can see, starting off, 32nd place, most wanted. Now remember, guys, this is the overall leaderboards from yesterday and today. So we're going to see some teams that obviously are way ahead. But remember, they played 4 matches. These squads have only played 1. But yeah, Level X getting 18 points on them in 17th place.
Oh, no.
The leaderboards, tip top. They made it into the top 16 just with 1 match right there. 1 match. Yeah,
Paradox also
points.
number 9 as well here. Paradox taking the chicken dinner here. They're able to grab themselves 20 points for that, and they had 10 kills in total. So they're in the top 10 already here with 30 points. Is there any way? Dude, that's insane. I know this is production always hates this. Can we go back to the last the 17 to 32? Is that possible?
Of course, yeah. Let's go ahead and go back to that, and you can see, yeah. I mean, look, there's teams that played 4 matches yesterday that are not even in the top 17.
Yeah, I went home yesterday and was like, maybe I was a little too harsh on Impact, but to see Impact on this pain, like 4 matches in their pocket, that's a question mark that you've got to ask yourself. And if you, perhaps the bigger story here is that if you're a team coming in on day number 2, that's got a lot of fire under you. You got to be like, yo, we know these names. We can do this, boys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. You look how you have a team already in the top 10 overall with just 1 match. With just one match. Yeah, I mean, looking right back at it, I mean, 1 match, they are in 9th place. And if they have 1 more game that's the same, they'll be up in 3rd. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that just goes to show you how well these teams are playing so far. But, man, that's going to be it for game number 1. We're going to go ahead and go to a quick break. And looks like the next one will be taken on over to Sanhok, the jungle. So, pumped up for that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, can you hear
We're
us?
back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Sorry, it looks like we had some, little audio issues, but we're here and ready to go. And we had a little bit of a whole entire speech, but guess what? It don't matter. The game started, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, this is the important part anyway. Everybody just wants to see the game, not us. So
That's true. That's true. So hey, you know what? All the information that we said, during that little moment there, it's gone forever. But hey, shout out to all the lip readers out there.
Yeah, and you guys, you know what? Put whatever audio you want over it, edit the video, tweet it at me, and if it makes enough fun of Jukes, I'll retweet it. But coming into this one, you were talking about how Most Wanted heading out towards boot camp, and this is what I'm talking about. Most Wanted understands, all right, one map down, and Most Wanted didn't exactly finish at the top of the lobby, but they know what's up and what teams are here. So they feel confident enough to kind of go into a heavy contestable area. If you noticed, map number 1, nobody went military because everybody was kind of, how's everybody doing? Don't know who's up, what's going on. Now teams are a little bit more solidified in their identity.
Definitely. I think we're starting to see the confidence come out. Chica, he's going to have to get into it right off the bat. Oh, he hard peaked. 2 players. And there goes
just like
Chica. Gone. First player out of match number 2.
If that's not the most open group stage thing I have ever seen, like the lone storied professional chilling by himself, taken down by some new players.
Yeah,
right?
Tip
I mean,
Top, two
well,
players,
Tip
Tip
Top
Top.
looked really good. So
Well,
I
it's
won't
not
say
just that too. I mean, no matter how good you are, 2v1, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
you know, like
what
it's
do you
it's so tough, and that's why, you know, we stress so much. And I know a lot of people in the chat are like, hey, they have their favorite players. No, this guy's the guy. At the end of the day, it's all about having that 4-man. You got to be able to work
Yes.
together, because no matter, this isn't you know, some game where you can throw a wall right in front of you. You know, you got to be able to work it out, and just a few shots is all it takes for you to get taken down. So, yeah, got to work as a unit. Work as a squad. Work together. Push together as a squad. OG rule, PUBG Mobile.
Paradox, they took the victory on map number 1, and Stevo, that's a good name. You're out here, and so the game plan here for map number 2, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, where Sanhok is going to be a little bit quicker paced than our first one, huh?
Oh yeah, a lot quicker. That's for sure. I think this is. I always said that this is that map that anybody can win. I really truly believe that. You can have a team who has been in last place all day long with the right position, the right zone. They should win this one, and they could win it with a ton of kills on the board. So I think a lot of the top teams fear Sanhok more often than not, just due to that fact. But man, I'm telling you, if a top team ends up getting that position, you know that they are they're screaming for joy, because Sanhok, you look at the clock right now. This game just started. There's only 1 minute and 20 left on the first circle, and that time is just getting shorter and shorter as you know, shots go on. Vigilante gonna be able to confirm Asen right off the bat. Good laydown shots with that aim 16.
Man, not a great look here though for Infinix Gaming. I mean, you know, this is the first circle, and they're already it's just Vigilante, right? Like, just by himself. This is, I mean, what do you do in this situation? You just play for picks, right? You're just out here looking to get a couple of knocks by yourself. And
I mean, if you're able to, if they're wide on the open, go for it, of course. At the same time,
Right.
you know, if not, you're just giving away information of, hey, I'm the only one here, you know, and you're gonna have some, of course, teams a little skeptical, wondering if, you know, the rest of his team is somewhere. But this is it. He's the last one alive. He's let that entire squad know, hey, I am right here. So if they decide to send it a 3v1 with the M16, oh, and look at those shots already onto him. Yeah, he knows he's in trouble.
yeah, clean.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go anywhere right now. And he was able to at least get 1 point on the board with that kill. But that's going to be it for now. And yeah, Team 5 still looking around right here. PG is just trying to see if Vigilante opts to go ahead and throw his peek out, but I don't think he will.
I think you're right. The best choice is just to kind of hang out and not just hide. You know,
Yeah.
see how long you can last. Where do you have to get? You have to be number 10 to get more than 1 point for place. And I don't know. Can he outlast 6 teams by himself? We'll see. So,
Well, he's at least got 1 point. He was able to get 1 kill, but I mean,
all right.
you know, you're really trying to go for that top place with Sanhok. It's just definitely like the hardest map to do that, especially if you're a solo player.
True.
But at the same time, I mean, I think we're just seeing a lot of these teams play super passive, like just playing extra, you know, extra safe because they don't want to get taken out early. This is their first time, I think, a lot of these teams playing at this level. And you
Yep.
can see Trickster just with the Overwatch right now. And that's the trouble with Sanhok, is anytime you get into a fight, anytime you put a shot out, that's just letting everybody around you know exactly where you are, and you always have to be aware of that third party.
Hometown looked real good. They were one of the first teams that we saw in map number 1 make a like coordinated effort. Who did they take down?
I believe it was a team and a couple players, I believe.
Yeah, it was like a noteworthy team, and that's really the point that needs to be made, right? Is that Hometown played really well aggressively.
Oh, it was endgame. It was endgame. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
it
sorry.
was
yeah,
endgame.
Yeah, it was endgame. Yeah, and
They
look,
played
here they come up,
aggressively.
right on the screen. Yeah, right here.
And they played like tactically. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like bomb rush full send. Who cares? They played it correctly, and that's when my ears perk up. So, Endgame trying to turn this one around and make sure that doesn't happen to them this time.
Yeah, they got taken out really early, and I know that they got to be pretty pissed off about that first match. But you know, it's really crazy how we're seeing teams, a lot of names that have, you know, played so long in the NA scene when it comes to group stages just not have a great start. And I think, you know, like it's just a totally different game. They're not used to it at all. And that kind of surprise factor, I think, is something that we have to be talking about, because we're seeing it consistently here in both, you know, the first day and game number 2, or day number 2, game 1. But, you know, will it continue on here in Sanhok? We'll have to find out.
Quest trying to turn things around as well. Our Chinese team doing a full rotation here as the blue starts pushing on into our team 20. Skies last time around was the close quarters combat guy, right? He had his teammates kind of looking for the long guns, and he wound up with the Uzi protecting them when they got rushed on. What's happening here? Oh, okay, come on, buddy, get over the wall.
Hop in the moped.
Jump on the bike.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, we're trying to go shopping, you know, so that's gonna, you know, that's always a lot of fun here. And this you know, this vehicle, it's only available here on Sanhok. Oh, as that one went to flipping. He's down to 1 HP, trying to get a pickup from the rest of his teammates. He's like, oh, you know what? No more mopeds for me. I'll get in the back of this Ronnie. Oh, never mind. Psych. I like my moped better. You know, JK.
There he is. You gotta ride in style, and the Vespa certainly is stylish. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you know, good old DD on his moped, just putting in work, trying to get in the zone.
Fun stuff here as they try to deal with it way out of the circle. You can see Quest there on the bottom, the southwest side there. Endgame still up top, trying to find their way, and they're gonna push in with the sides. And Paradox, I guess, is the team that we want to take a look at, number 15, right in the middle. And so this is what I was talking about again yesterday and a little bit this morning, Jukes, is the combination of the clash of the competitive meta and the I just play PUBG Mobile approach, right? Like,
yeah.
Paradox is the competitive team. They're here in the sort of middle of the circle in a good spot near Quarry, and they're able to handle it. But then you have all these teams pushing in from the sides like you do in some pubs, and the clash of those play styles was really, really explosive is what I'm going to say.
Definitely.
In day number 1.
Definitely. We saw that. We saw these different squads just kind of go at it hard right off the bat. And like you mentioned, that's what I love about PUBG Mobile more than I think a lot of games is you know, mobile devices are just so available to everybody out there.
Yes.
And we're going to see a wide range of people playing it. You know, like I have, you know, I see people hop on my stream that are doctors, that are lawyers, you know. Some people, because, you know, they don't have time to really play on that console. They just whip out a phone in between breaks and start playing some PUBG Mobile. And it's interesting to see people from all walks of life get a chance to win so much money, because I'll tell you what, when it comes to the esports, I mean, they are just throwing down huge cash prizes. And, you know, Kame's trying to get it done and put some shots onto some other players here. But, man, yeah, I mean, it's anybody's chance to be able to win some big bucks.
Esports has always been the great equalizer. You know, you said a doctor, a lawyer, an NBA player. Man, at least a dude with a car. But like here, that's the beauty of it is football, right? Soccer is such a global game because you need a ball. You don't even need a net. You can just figure it out, right? Yep. And that allows anyone and everyone, shout outs to Neymar on his debut today. Like anyone and everyone can play that game, which is why it's so global. And esports, I mean, you need a computer, you need all, when you look at the mobile world, it's so much of an equalizer. Yeah, doctors and lawyers show up, but so do 13-year-old kids with just a cell phone. And like, that's so exciting because as you grind and as you win, you can win these real prizes. You can go to Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
insane.
heck, from doctors, lawyers to a farmer like myself. You know, like I was a farmer not too long ago, or now 2 years I've been just doing this competitive. All started from just downloading this game, and I fall in love with it. I've been able to experience so many things that I thought I would never be able to do in my life, and heck, anybody has a chance to do it, and it's so cool to see some new faces that are putting in the work, that are, hey, you know what, we love this game too. You may not have heard of us, but we've been putting in those 8 hours a day. We've been practicing. We've been studying these teams. And you never know what kind of squad is just going to come out and be like, hey, man, we've just been monsters all this time, but you just never heard of us. And this is the opportunity to really show that off.
That's
the money in the process.
Yeah, that's the other side of the coin, is that there's just so many players out there. you know, when you look at some other, and it's still a niche game, which is really, really fun because you have that small community aspect. When you look at other games out there, you're like, okay, these are the teams in the pro league and everyone else is bad because there's just not enough players. There's such a big skill gap. When you have 80,000 teams signed up for our PUBG Club Open this weekend, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
80,000 teams. That's
Speaks for
the whole
itself.
thing. That's the whole tweet. 80,000 teams, right? Like,
I mean,
that's insanity.
it speaks for itself right there. It shows you like how much people love this game and how many people are looking to kind of get into competitive. And I think it's just an awesome experience for all these. I wish I could talk to definitely some of these players and just kind of see what their thoughts are, you know, coming into here to the group stage. And I definitely will here at some point. As I've been able to kind of talk to some teams, figure out, all right, hey, you know, how do you want me to pronounce your name? You know, I want to make sure that you're able to get those highlight reel moments that you deserve, you know, especially if you make some big plays. And Latinos Unidos, they made some big plays in the past. Unfortunately, didn't move on into the PMWL. But hey, now it's only been a couple of months, and now they're trying to go at it again.
I'm here for it, man. Lo siento. I want to see the
siento.
rise up now.
That's right. That's right. Get up, stand up, arriba, get it done. And Ander, you see this whole squad just hanging out in this house. And Sanhok, you know, these teams, I think when it comes especially to group stages, they're just playing as slow as possible. We're only going to really see fights going on, you know, towards the end of the match, or unless absolutely necessary. And you can see Hometown up top of the hill. They were putting out some shots. Looks like they spotted someone.
Hometown's going to be coming down here. And this is a team that, again, we saw play really, really well against Endgame in that first map. They were able to take the 4-on-4, execute, keep all 4 players alive, which is a really big deal. But, yeah, I mean, looking right here, team number 5, Scrim Farm, looks like Kamon exited prematurely this time around.
He had to have seen him. He had to have seen Flash, and he decided to not shoot right there. And I can't honestly blame him. Yeah, considering that he's only got 2 members up. Maybe he doesn't want to give away his position and get full set. Oh, especially since he's out of circle. So really smart to see that patience come out from him.
Yeah, that tactical style play is not really, you know, that's the big difference. And I think that's the fun of PUBG Mobile is you need to have both of those gears. You need to be able to identify that window of opportunity is really what I said yesterday. And being able to slip on through like a cat burglar is the dream.
Will Fame be able to slip this nade through?
Did he hit his
Here's the bounce, and he sure does. He takes down Jay from KDSS, and here comes Fame Boys looking to take out the rest of his team.
That was...
He's on his own. Here comes the rest of the squad.
Fame Boys by himself, pushing onto the group of 4. One of them is Nox, so it's only effectively a group of 2. Nox player and player trying to res. Fame Boy is going to look to deal with it head on. Couple of smokes will take away that angle, and so he'll have to rotate around to the left-hand side. Does have kill switch, ready to engage. Haha, funny one. Can't find it. Dodging the nades, though, effectively. Team number 10 here isn't in a great spot, it feels like.
Definitely not. They're kind of stuck at a hill, and kill switch, trying to throw some grenades. Team X was able to get that first initial knock, but after so much time has gone by, they have to assume that's taken up. But it looks like they are looking to press this as we're starting to see Fame Boys go off on an off angle here. KDS Zio, he recognizes that, takes another position. Oh, it does some shots, but not able to take him out.
Everybody's looking at Zio, and he's got to be able to use this. You know, this is where I pull out the the RPG terminology, right? Like he's taunting the enemy squad here.
Oh, look at Fame Boys.
And it's up to the teammates. Oh, this is a great angle. Jay's gonna be cut down just like that.
Boom, done and out. The great rotation and Fame Boy. Oh, they are just executing this right now. You heard Sammy is gonna be able to take out Zio though. Fame Boys is stuck between 2 teams.
Yeah, he's trying to turn around, and Fame Boy is basically the one trying to keep everybody out of here. That 3-1, push. But on the left-hand side, Zio gets the okie doke, and KDS.
Hello.
They're knocked largely, but Zio might have just saved the whole squad.
And he gets a pre-fire, does get some hit markers on the Echo. The turn! The turn from Zio, saving the day, getting the squad wipe. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick up his entire team. Great play from Zio.
Cosmos, great stuff right there. I mean, here, just what do you expect? Last time around, Cosmos only had 1 kill in total, and already they've beaten their previous record or their previous performance. And a lot of it, like we said, comes up to Zeo. And break that down a little bit because they were in between 2 teams, but I loved how they really separated.
I mean, that was a close fight. I think we saw a little bit of miscommunication from one of their players as he had a great position, but he was bouncing back and forth. I think he should have just went back, support his team. But yeah, it ended up coming down to a 1v1, and Zeo just hit those. Zeo just hit those and saved the day. So that's gonna definitely pump him up for the rest of the game. But speaking of game, end game, trying to rotate to this next circle. Wick gets taken out. Now it's up to Kodo. Everfury to try and get it done here against level X, but looks like he will be able to get that flush. You see right now, Sanu first aiding in the blue zone, zone 4. Not too much choice here. Alucard gets the nade onto Everfury. We see that in the kill feed as well, getting it done. And level X Beast X is trying to put in some work as well with that QBZ. Oh, man, but he's not going to be able to do it for long. It's a circle. Hard shifted away from him, and he's going to deal with Most Wanted right here, right now. And this blue zone, it's going to hurt real bad.
Oh, and look at Vigilante. 1 player, 1 HP, just hanging out. Just saying, please. Nobody noticed me.
Please, he's going to have to be screaming that, but he's going to get noticed right now from this circle. It's starting to close in the next 3 seconds. And Alucard, he's just getting, he's just preparing. He's preparing for this battle. He knows it's coming. And he's got to deal with 2 squads. Will he be able to get it done? Alucard, a lot of experience here. But, this is not going to be some easy shots.
Not at all. Level X, though, have been real successful up until this point. Only 2 players left for them. Meanwhile, Most Wanted, relatively healthy. Exotic might be in a bad spot. But we'll see if the team is able to make it to safety beforehand. Because you can see all these players in the blue zone.
And it hurts. This one stinks. Yeah, Sanu taken out from the blue. And Most Wanted, you saw them pass off his first aid to him. Looks like they're going to go for a heal strat right now. Alucard's got 19 bandages, and he is just spamming them. And that's what he has to do because he cannot move. He cannot move in the circle. Zone 5, Zone 6. Oh, man, it's deadly.
Oh, I know all about Zone 6. Trust me. Welcome to Atlanta. But up here, we've got SP, and Tanker is going to be the one here. All 4 players alive again for Spartanos.
They're out of zone, though.
Kind of leverage that. But they're right on the edge. They can find their way to safety. It's just about these players gatekeeping them.
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. And not to mention, they have to run down that hill. I wonder if they're opting to just leave one up there with a bunch of heals and try to stay alive. It looks like they are going to try to rotate in. But you can see the hesitation. They don't know. Where do I go? Do we go left? Do we go right? There's just no cover here. But they're going to try their best. Oh, look at this. He's got the angle onto Michael. Oh, and the return knock from Wicks. Just too good.
Michael's going to... Oh, no! I was going to say Michael was going to heal up, but Yang from a distance gets the knock. And you can see there on the kill feed, Hometown is still continuing to get it done.
Yeah, dude, nothing he can really do in this situation. Tanker, they got 3 kills on the board. They're trying to get into this next circle, but they do have DA to deal with, and you can see Tigger off on the side here. Oh, but the third parties are just too strong. Tanker spotting this Wick out, but getting knocked back. That's Sanhok, baby. It's so difficult, so fast. Not much you can really do in these situations.
It's just too close. Everybody, as soon as you make a noise, it's like an air raid siren going off, and everybody just turns to you, snaps it down. So I guess the question here, Jukes, is how is the best way to mitigate that? And it looks like the teams that find themselves that are lucky enough to get in the structure, Chat walks in, loses the fight.
The Uzi from Nueve. It's too strong, too darn strong right there. Like you asked me, how you mitigate it? It's just get zoned. That's simple.
Yeah, you gotta be in the middle.
That's it. If it pops on you, you're happy. If not, You got to make a play. You got to hit some big shots because that's really the only option you have. Or, you know, you could pass off all your heals off to one player and let them just do the med strat and try to get as many points as possible. And you'll be surprised. I mean, we saw how many teams go out in just, you know, just a few short seconds. So, I mean, any placement points that you can grab, the better.
2 teams remaining.
Yeah, 2 teams
Oof.
remaining.
And it looks like Quest is going to have the upper hand. Reckless is already dead. Shy is knocked. So it's GR and Yang versus all of Quest. Nueve a little bit hurt, but not so bad. Shy sits down. 2 versus 4 here, Jukes. GR snaking around, but Quest, they have the better positioning, period.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look this. They got all the cover in the world. And, oh, but GR's got a bush. He's got a bush, F-Dot. That could be the truth right there. You know, he's laying down right in it. They don't see him. Will that bush be strong enough camouflage to protect? No, no, sir. They said, Bush rookies, we know exactly where they are, and they was able to get caught out, and now it's up to Yang.
Push.
They know, yeah, push. 4v1, 12 kills from DST so far. Great game for them.
Yeah, incredible stuff here. Sky is the last one left, and Sky's had a great play earlier on with the Uzi, but it's too little this time around. Match goes down, Sanhok ends, and Quest, the team out of China, are your #1 squad here. What is that? 9 plus 4 is going to be 13 kills in total for Cross, Kwang, Skies, and Nueve. So a nice look there for sure.
Too strong, too strong. I mean, they got the zone, they got a good positioning, and just executed well. I mean, to get those kind of kills in a chicken dinner here, that's gonna just rocket launch them up the leaderboards. But hey, we're looking down into some teams. You know, most wanted, definitely a squad that we're looking at here in 8th place. Got 4 kills on the board for them, so not bad. I mean, Endgame having another tough match as well. You know, 11th place, only 1 kill. That's gonna be a surprise, but I mean, heck, we saw it yesterday, right? We saw yesterday kind of the same pattern here. IFX with Chica in 13th.
They got kind of smoked early. Don't forget, Chica was our first kill on camera, right? Just getting 2v1 there, spread out a little bit. So at least IFX knows what they have to do to change it up for the next round.
Oh, yeah, and change it up. They need to. We'll see right now how that works. But let's check out what the leaderboards are looking back after this match. And getting on into it, let's go. You'll see right now, ladies and gentlemen, Level X still 17th place. Figure 8 is in 18th. Endgame right now in last place, 32 with only 3 points, 2 matches, but they still have 2 matches left to go. You know, anything can happen. You know, all you need is one good chicken dinner to really rocket launch you up the leaderboards.
That's the truth. You know, looking at these teams, let's go to the next page here, 1 to 16, because I want to see where Quest is. 25 before they played this game. They get the win and a couple of kills, and that puts Quest at 8 overall, and we still got 2 games to play, folks.
I mean, man, just one chicken dinner, it just throws you up big time right here. And Paradox, now he's still in 6th place with 42 points, and man, that just goes to show you too how dominant Syndicate was yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them with 81 points. I mean, that is just, I'm pretty confident that they're going to move on just from that one day of matches, man. What a performance.
Yeah, Syndicate and Punjab, I think, are all but mathematically confirmed to find their way into the next, onto the way the rest of the week is going to continue. Again, our group stages, we have 5 days. We're on day number 2, and then we go on to our semifinals later on, which will cut us down to about 24 teams. But for now, our 36 are alive. Syndicate and Punjab feeling a little comfortable as far as how alive they are. But we'll see how the teams kind of react after the fact, because hometown on this front page, Quest on this front page, Paradox and Tip Top. We didn't mention them.
Oh, Tip Top's
on the front page as well. Look at that, 39 points in total. Crazy.
And I think I'm gonna make a wild guess and think that, you know what, these Group C and Group D, I think they're a little bit more advanced than we saw from Group A and Group B as far as like play style, working together. I think we're seeing it, much stronger groups here go at it.
Well, what I'll say here is that in Group A and B, there were a couple of teams that were clearly on one, right? We had Syndicate, we had Punjab, and we had Ninth Circle was also very, very impressive. And then everybody else was kind of, middle of the pack here. Here, I think we have a number of teams that are a little bit, one step ahead of everybody else. And that is making it really exciting. All these squads are kind of jockeying for position. And yesterday, after map number 2, I think we'd sit here and be like, I know what the score is going to look like. Now, not so much.
I agree. I mean, the first game yesterday, we saw it around 5th circle, just a bunch of vehicles just start driving over everybody, so we saw just, a roller dirt. We saw all kinds of crazy stuff here. And I think, day number 2, these two groups, we see teams, work together as a unit, now we're still obviously seeing, some mistakes from, some of these newer squads. At the same time, though, it looks like a few more teams are grasping at least the idea of how to kind of play at this level of tournament.
Yeah, yesterday I saw a lot of comments in the chat about just like, what is this gameplay style? Like very, very foreign. But here I think there's a lot more like, it's not Worlds, but they're playing the game that we're used to seeing. And I think that is honestly scary for everybody in A and B.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. So, I mean, if you're A and B, I think that you got to be definitely watching these squads, watch where they drop, get that information, because if you're low on the leaderboards, you don't have very many chances to be able to move on. So you're going to have a couple of good games going forward. And if you're not used to this play style, you better get used to it, because if you want to make some money, you got to get it done. But hey, that's going to be it for match number 2. And we still got 2 more matches next to go, ladies and gentlemen. Miramar going into the desert. Next one up. So, hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
The sleeves up for another game of PUBG Mobile. It's your boy F. Dot in the building alongside the one and only Hot Jukes.
We're
We're
back.
going to a hot map.
Woo! I mean, man, that was a good old solid break, and I think that after that, I'm just ready to see some games, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being patient with us, but here we go into the game. The players are loaded up, and they are flying, man. Hopefully, their fingers didn't get too cold. Hopefully they did some, some hand exercises, some thumb wars to make sure that they're all ready to go here for match number 3.
For real, for real. This is an interesting angle. The entire like north of the map is not going to be hit by the plane. Is this going to change where our players drop here today? Like, is that going to make a difference?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Southern Plane Pass are probably like the most difficult when it comes to Miramar, because I think a lot of these players, they're used to dropping either to El Pozo, Picado, Hacienda, and all of those like really main loot spots. They're out of range here. And you look how many teams are flying to the same area. And that's the struggle, because when they try to do that, some of them are looking for a vehicle to be able to kind of drive up and get loot for free. But when you have 2-3 teams try to do that, you'll see kind of like a little all-out war in the beginning, and you'll see some players drop. So, I mean, this is definitely a tough one for all these squads.
I'm laughing here. You're like, El Pozo, Picado.
Yeah, Picado, right? And then I can just simply be Pecado. I mean, that's Sin City, Hacienda del Patron, all of it. Gotta go ahead and throw on the little, the little caster voice, for a second, guys. Here we go. But yeah, El Pozo, aquí estamos, listo, let's go, El Azahar, let's go.
Let's do it. Vamos. And let's see how everybody's going to be landing here. Left side, couple of teams opting to stay outside of the circle. That's going to be Level X, Death Angels, Execute, and Tip Top. Tip Top actually is one of the stronger teams that we saw in maps 1 and 2. So seeing them kind of land all the way outside here is going to be an interesting look. Then we got that scrum down in the southeast. Where are you most excited to kind of show?
I mean, man, if I can, I'm trying to get to El Pozo. That's one of my favorite areas in Miramar, just specifically just because of how much loot it is. And when it comes to Miramar, I think that this is just one of those maps where having the more loot, the better. I mean, that's just so crucial, because you want to be able to spray down vehicles like crazy on rotations, and you'll be surprised how fast you run out of ammo here. So, yeah, having that kit, I think, especially on this map, it's so huge.
I'm going to team kill you real quick, but is there a map that having less loot is better?
Well, I mean, so you're right. I mean, true story. At the same time, though, right, when it comes to like Erangel, I think that looting up fast and zone positioning is so huge, because if you do that, you're able to kind of, maybe catch some other squads on the rotation, and then you can loot from them, But when it comes to Miramar, it's just one of those places where, since it's so open and so big, teams are going to be just spraying from long range for such long periods of time. And during that, I mean, you'll be surprised. You'll see teams. I know that I, for a fact, have had games where, you know, you have to switch to single fire and just conserve every ammo you have. I mean, towards the end of the fight, you maybe only have 1 or 2 clips left, you know? So this is the one where, like, man, you gotta have it, because in Erangel, you may still find some houses here and there and pick up some loot in the middle. Not here. This is all sand and desert.
That makes sense. That you know what? That actually makes sense. So the team kill denied.
You know, team kill denied. I mean, team kill, and, you know, at the same time, you know, like, hey, having that loot, it's pretty. It's pretty to have. I mean, it's like, you look at Sanhok. Sanhok has hardly any smokes that actually drop in that map.
Sure.
So, I mean, with no cover, it's tough. But at the same time, guess what? There's a lot of different, you know, grass plays and snakings where you can kind of conserve it. In Miramar, you're out wide out in the open. And so,
I mean, sometimes Erangel can feel like there's just no loot around. You can just wind up in a desert. So I see what you mean. I see what you mean where you know how you want to approach the loot is a little bit different per map. So that's the big deal. So are you saying we should expect kind of a sleepy early game here where everybody just kind of like nose down, grindstone, grab a whole bunch of loot type deal?
Oh, yeah, I think everyone's just trying to get loaded up as soon as possible. But, you know, hey, this is what I'm talking about. Those rotations are just so deadly. And the vehicle blown up, member down. Fame, he's just checking his surroundings before he gets this flush. And then finally, takes out Tigger.
For a second, I thought he didn't see the player. And I was like, Fame, look to your left, man, please.
Right, he's right here. He's right here. And the other guy's just like, come on, man. Just take me back so I can, you know, spectate my homies. But, yeah, I mean, unfortunate for Tigger getting taken out here real early. But, you know, these squads right now, this is the most difficult part when it comes to Miramar. You know, rotating in a vehicle is so tough because these squads, they hunt for it. And they're so good at just spraying them down so fast. So, that's always going to be the biggest struggle when it comes to this map.
Oh,
yeah, from the down,
okay.
Good little good drop there from Goat.
Smooth play. We have seen one player die to fall damage outright. That was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely tried to flap his wings the best he could, but he was out of there really, really quick. And that's a hustle, something that you have to think about. I think I've seen more people die to just like just one misstep on top of a mountain on Miramar than any other map. That's for sure. I like how Goat has the horns, you know? Goes with this whole theme.
Yeah, that's a swag look. I don't know about the shaggy jacket here in the desert. Might be a little hot, but
you see some players that are like really trying hard, that they'll match their gear with the area to try to kind of like camouflage themselves. I know like some players too, they like to wear that mummy outfit if they can get it, like a full white outfit, because sometimes it helps them blend in when they're inside smokes. So that's like a really interesting strategy too. I mean, any advantage I guess that you can get. I mean, hey, might as well try it, right? That's my world. I'm the guy. I will wear whatever ridiculous outfit I need to for the stats, you know. And in this game, obviously, the gear has no stats, so help me blend in, baby. I will walk around like the Mummy Returns, straight up. Who's the Rock? I'm here to do it. And I'm in the smoke. I'm down for that. That is absolutely up my alley. So I feel that, man, straight up. But I gotta tell you though, man. I think I gotta correct you. You know, you're saying they don't have stats, but you know what? They have clout stacks. Much clout. You know, so much clout if you have that certain outfit. You know, and I think that's all that matters. You know, because even if you die, it's all about just looking good doing it. You know, that's all that matters. Yeah, you got to stun on them. Okay. See now. So now you're speaking to me inside. Before it was the gamer in me. Now you're speaking to me. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. The drip just too strong. And you see Espinosa, he felt some drip right there coming from down the hill. As he's going to go ahead and met up completely. Give that intel to the rest of his squad. And you see IFX, but out there right here, he's looking down, trying to catch somebody lacking on a rotation. It's going to be tough. You know this is dangerous. I mean... This is Infinix right here. Obviously has a great look down onto Bet from this high ground. And the second any of these players for team number 11 kind of walk out or peek, they're just going to get demolished. Espinosa on the right side, Peralta on the left. I mean,
these guys kind of have this whole area locked down, just daring to bet to walk out of position.
They are. It's just, the only problem is like if they do get knocked, you know, they're really, really separated. So
Sure.
that'll put them at a pretty big disadvantage. So if you're Peralta, you're Espinosa, and you're being real careful right now, trying to get intel. Obviously, if you catch somebody running out in the open, you're gonna go for it. But the problem with that is, you'll see some players at high levels, they'll actually bait out certain players. So they'll have someone kind of run out in the open, and the second they do, they'll pre-fire exactly where they know there are and knock them instantly. I mean, it's insane, you know. So you gotta always gotta be careful.
Saw a little bit of that in the last game for sure. So are Espinosa and Peralta the only two left on their team? Do they lose
No, they have
two
the full.
already?
I believe.
Because they're not local.
Yeah, you don't see the rest of their squad nearby. I wonder if they're off in the end or taken out. We haven't. Okay, we do see the map now. Can't really get a quite good look at them, but we'll
There's
find
at least
out here in
3.
a
I think
bit.
there is 4 there.
Maybe they're just, you know, doing a really just spread out, trying to cover as much range as possible as the next zone does go up. And yeah, you look over here, Level X, look at them. They're just going to be able to rotate in the north for free. So, I mean, man, all these teams are just bundled up here in the south side.
Look at Execute and Death Angels. Like, what? They're out here a Burning Man, just doing their own thing in the middle of the blue. Kodo here, playing his own game as well.
Yeah, he's on the move. You know what? To be honest, I'm thinking about this myself, right? Like, if I was in this group stages, I wonder how I would try to approach, you know, or try to create a strategy to compete against these type of teams. And to be honest with you, you know, when you're at a high level, you kind of want to always take center as fast as possible because you want to be able to predict that next zone. I'm just thinking though, in the group stages, especially the first match, 2 matches, the teams are going to have that extra pressure on them, and I don't think they're going to be playing their A game. So to be honest with you, I wonder if the edge strat, like we saw, you know, Punjab do yesterday, I think that might be the play, is because maybe you see teams that are a little bit more scared to get into fights and are playing super separate. They're most likely to be on the edge of zone. So if you want to just go ahead and farm, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but, you know, kind of farm those more inexperienced teams, I think that might be the play. You know, just, hey, if you're a squad that's confident, working together, just edge out, full press all these teams that are playing separate and just take them out one by one.
That's what I was getting into a little bit earlier. Right now, Null getting into a combat situation with Tip Top. These are 2 of the better teams here in our group C and D, so they got to watch out for it. Meanwhile, though, off screen, 2 other great teams. Paradox getting taken down by Most Wanted.
It's wanted.
That's got to be the whole squad at this point.
Yeah,
we're watching alongside Null.
I think they only have 1 left up for Paradox. You know, you're not seeing that, but we're definitely seeing Tip Top and Null just go at it back and forth. Looks like they already have lost 1 member. JR cocks that nade back. Second guesses himself. Oh, pulls another one. Says nope. Trying indecision right now from Tip Top.
Love this. Look at Uli up here. Great positioning here.
Oh, great angle. Yeah, I mean, he's got the M46X too. He's probably pulled that pin like 8 times and put it back in. And you know what? And now he's gonna be forced to just lay down, as like you mentioned, Luli. I mean, he's got a great angle on this team.
Really
look at that.
smooth stuff. Oh no! Okay.
Yeah.
He like skated down a little bit. Newly grabs one, Fears grabs the other, and Kawaii gonna finish it off. So Tip Top sits down. Not a great look for them. Null, on the other hand, handled that really, really well. I loved the move there by Newly. Can you break it down just a little bit more, Jukes? How are they able to win that fight?
I mean, they just pressed together. They did a 3-1, you know, and 3-1's so strong. Usually you have 3 people just that put that constant pressure from one side, and then you have one guy who just runs that off angle and is able to kind of get it done. And honestly, that off angle specialist has a really tough job because if he gets knocked, he's not getting picked back up. That's for sure. You know, so he's got to position himself in a really good area, and that's exactly what Uli did. And those 2 knocks, they were crucial. It just says, hey, you know what? Now we have a huge numbers advantage. Let's just send 3 and get it done. But we see member look at that crate right here, and he's gonna get an M249. That's the squad wiper right there. You could put 100 rounds in that bad boy. So as opposed to, you know, the normal, you know, 30, and if you have an extended mag, 40. So I mean, to be able to have that, especially at a map like this, ooh, you know, that's gonna hype them up for sure.
I mean, that's pretty rare. I have gotten the opportunity to cast alongside you for 6 maps. This will be the 7th, and that's the first crate drop that we've actually seen a team go after. It's largely just happenstance, right? Like nobody's going to go out of their way for it, but if you're there, you'll take it.
I mean, you'd be surprised too. I mean, I think that like if I noticed that and if I picked that up, I would start going for crates, considering that, you know what, you think teams are too scared to go for them. I mean, if you're able to get a crate weapon, which like a really good one, I mean, that's going to help you out big time. Not to mention, you're able to pick up some level 3 armor in there as well. And that you want to have that when it comes to end game. So, I mean, hey, maybe crate hunting might not be too bad, here in group stages.
I'm laughing at the car sliding down this side of the mountain.
Slipping.
But that goes to, what you were saying earlier, what I was saying a little bit about these open stages in general is identifying your opponent. On the pro scene, you just know where these guys are going to drop, etc. On the open scene, it's up to you in the middle of the tournament to make your adjustments. This power gets slapped.
Oh, Slap got slapped by that Car 98, that's for sure. It looks like he may be able to be in enough range to get picked up by his teammate. But we'll have to see if that does end up going off. We're looking at Hometown here. They're running real separate right now. And this is what I was talking about, right? Even though like these squads are really good, I'm noticing a lot of these teams are playing just really far apart, trying to cover a lot of ground. So if you're a really strong squad, you can just press up and 4v1 these teams one at a time.
Also, this is the other side of the coin, though. This is Hometown. They're one of the better squads in this lobby, and by our 3rd map, they know it, which is why they're spreading out a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, they've taken their notes, and they're going, all right, listen, we played the first map super, quote-unquote, correct. Shots from Venom.
The red dot.
And the 2nd map, we spread out a little bit more. Now the 3rd map, listen, we know what we're doing. We know how to take these teams. We know who to be afraid of and who not to be afraid of. So, like, let's play our game, and let's be a little fast and loose, because obviously the faster you go, the harder it is for the opponents to deal with it. Zodic overthrows, but still nails a little bit.
Nade on him, though! And yeah, just gets that return nade. That is taken out, and the rest of his team is so far pressed back. And they just lost that member, I mean, relatively easy. Wonder if that was a misplay for Most Wanted. Looks like they're going to try to get some buggies and get out of here.
Yeah, that's I'm so happy that happened, because that's the flip side of the coin, right? Most Wanted, very confident in their play, and right there they get punished for it. For doing the same thing that Hometown was doing.
Hey, you know what's so funny? You get these 3 teams that we happen to know pretty well. IFX, Most Wanted, and Endgame all in the same area. That just goes to show you how, like, these teams, how they kind of have the same brain going into this Miramar match. And Most Wanted, they're on the bad end of it right now, as they're all stuck in a shack just trying to heal up and make plays. But IFX is putting the pressure on. Look at these nades. All it takes is one. Will they get it off? Catch Sleepless.
We've seen that. The squad wipe with 1 nade.
And
that one's going to hit the whole team.
Ooh!
Oh, but look, Noah's going to push him. Oh! You can't hit any of those shots. IFX is going to charge up. Noah's over the horizon, so they're going to make sure to avoid this. And IFX took some shots, but they know they're concerned with Most Wanted. Alucard, one of the stronger players on the team, is going to go down first. Vigilante, feeling it. And Chica try to find the flank, but the player's already down on the lower edge. Won't be able to find it. Alucard dead.
Yeah, Alucard out. Chica, IFX, 2 kills on the board already. I love how you just pre-fired that shack just in case. And he's still doing it right now, trying to see if he can find a snaking player, but they're all gone. They are out of there right now, so they're just going to take this loot and there's 2 kills and get ready for the next fight.
15 teams left here as we're about 17 minutes in. A nice look so far here on Miramar. Day 2 of our PUBG Mobile Group Stage Open.
Yeah, these teams, they're trying their best. They're trying their best right now. Chica with the spray 4X onto Quang. Not able to hit the mark, and after that he's gone. And this is what I was talking about, right? When it comes to Miramar, you're going to see a lot of those moments where you're going to catch a player out from long range. They're going to try to full spray it. And by that, you got to be careful, because towards endgame, you could really start running low on ammunition. So you got to be real careful when it comes to Miramar with the loot conservation.
Couple of teams way out there in the blue. I'm looking mainly at the east side. Not too concerned about Death Angels here on the west. They're outside of the circle, but they're kind of close enough. You know, IFX being this far away from the circle is certainly something to look at. They're playing the 3-1 split again, and they're going to have come in here rather carefully. But I'm worried about those teams on the east side.
I'm not going to blame it right now. I mean, IFX, if you're a strong fragging team, you know, playing the edge might work out for you, but endgame, they were waiting right for them. They took out one of their members, Vigilante, and oh, he's just getting sprayed down from the third party. So that's him taken out.
Oh.
Ooh, IFX down to 3 members now.
Para, though, on the other hand, Paradox certainly playing strong, and of course, they're the ones to do it to him. Everfury, though, gets the eyes onto IFX. His teammate's going to be there as well. Pain is shooting out from a different spot. So you have 2 teams firing onto IFX, and both of them are coming up good. Espinoza dies to the Tibet member, and Everfury can't find the kill. Still 0 kills for endgame.
Trying to get these flushes. Yeah, they're trying their best. Not able to really get it done. And, you know, I was talking about how, like, the edge might work for some of these teams. It just turns out that, you know, like another major squad is just gatekeeping them. And regardless of how good you are, you know, trying to deal with 2 squads at the same time, it ain't easy. And we see some different teams just laying down right now, trying to get position. We're in circle number 5 here. 14 teams alive. There's endgame trying to put in some pressure here. They need to have a big match because so far in these first 2, they haven't been able to get it done.
This is where you can, and so need to turn it around. 4th map might just be a little bit too late. Of course, we will have 3 more days of competition here, or excuse me, 4 more days of competition here. This is a 6-day group stage, I believe. Wick and Michael. Chica comes out on top. 1v2.
Ooh, and he's trying to blow up that vehicle. If he's able to get it done, he may be able to take out Wick. Oh, but Wicks was just farther enough back. But will Chica spot? Will he spot the toes? Will he look under the vehicle?
Oh, but he knows he's going to be peeking. Chica's rushing and gets taken out. Who got him? Slapped. No, it was Wick.
Jay Wick, and he was, I mean, that was close. I mean, he had the cover. Chica was running on the open. He got down to 1 HP right there. It shows you how, you know, how good Chica is. I mean, so close, but yet so far. Endgame having some trouble. Kodo gets knocked, and Everfury are down. It's up to Wick and Excalibur to try to pick him up.
Slapped is going to finish off Kodo. Wick has a decent spot, and there's just no way to...
The shimmies.
No.
Oh,
Never
my
mind.
goodness.
He got the wiggles, baby. Getting on out of there.
I mean, putting on his dancing shoes. Wick unable to hit him. Null getting a great squad wipe right there. We're at circle 5. You can see them holding the edge of the zone, and we're just seeing this kill feed light up right now.
Null has definitely solidified themselves as one of the better teams here in our group C&D day. So is Paradox as well. I really enjoyed what they've had to do, quite obviously taking one of the chicken dinners. So here on Miramar, I want to see them be aggressive. Null, like I said, looking good. 8 kills already, but they're getting shot out from number 9. That's Hometown, who have been really kind of spoiler here tonight.
Uli, oh, it looks like he jumped out the vehicle. So tough for Uli right there. And you can see Kawhi having to heal up in this blue zone. This is going to be really, really difficult for Null. Experienced team, but they got to be able to survive here. And you see, oh man, he was just shooting out in the blue zone trying to get it done, but not today.
No free clout. Gotta earn all these kills.
I wonder if
Kill switch is real low. I guess they don't have. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say, I guess they don't have any bandages or anything, because kill switch is just staying low. But Slapped is gonna get walked up on. Everfury never left. Slapped and Spray have been owning this hill, and Everfury has been waiting and biding his time, playing it careful. Gonna look over the hill in just a sec. Throws the nade to the right, playing it real careful here.
You can just see him right now, the indecision, just trying to figure out what's the best play. Oh, he tried to go ahead and get an angle on a Spray, but he's already gone down and out. So now yeah, he's still alive. Outside of the zone, though, he has to push up, and ooh, I mean, it's a lot of open field to do that.
And he's by himself as well, so that kill was really important because...
Oh, here comes Switch.
I mean, you're not going to play so high. Kill switch, getting the right-hand side. Gabrielle.
Oh, the jump shot. So clean. So clean.
Level X. 3 players up. Beast is in the ground. And this is going to get bloody. Look at all of the 6 teams in total. A lot of them 3 strong, but still a whole lot of players. 17. And this circle, number 6, real small.
Oh yeah, and this is that zone that you just you can't get stuck in. Right here, kill switch. Feeling the pain right now from hometown. You see Jat, Flash, they're working together, but man, Null, they did a great job in this one. They had 8 kills. They are taken out though, and you can see hometown, they're trying to get it as much, and look at Flash with those shots onto Internet.
Hometown still 4 players up, and there's 5 teams left.
It's gonna be interesting to see here. Can they do it? Can they get it done? Everfury still up right now. 5 teams alive, so he's at least secured 5th place. And he's
that's
just
big.
he's putting the team on his back right now.
Everfury can kind of hang out here. I'm pretty sure. Well, actually going to take those shots. He's going to get the knock. Nice headshot there. But Everfury's job here, you know, he's the player, not me. I think his job is to just shut up and sit down. You have made it to number 5 already. Tibet's dug in there. Everybody else is going to be focused on these squads. Just chill.
I mean, I completely agree, but at the same time, he could be feeling himself. You know, he could be feeling himself. You know, and once he does, I mean, you never know. He may decide to go ahead and make some plays, but I think that you're definitely right. You got teams not even worried about you right now. Don't give up your position. Just survive. Nope. Okay, look at that. Another team goes out. You've already now got secured 4th place. So every single place point, especially when you start getting the top 5, I mean, it could be huge.
I mean, Level X right now, look at the way Level X is spread. Is this good or bad? They are on opposite sides of the battlefield.
Hey, this is called the survive strat, you know? Just survive, you know?
Just be alive wherever you're at.
Split up, make plays, buddy, because that's all you're going to be able to do right now. And Ultron stuck behind that bus, and he almost got caught on fire. Yep. He has to hug it. That bus is still alive, though. They can blow it up. And I wonder if they decide to do it. Everfury! Oh, try to do the 2v1, not able to get it done. He goes out in 4th.
Not bad at all for the solo, man. He basically played the whole game solo for what it's worth.
That's true. That's true.
But
hey, 4th place.
That is not anything to shake a stick at. 4th place is going to be a whole bunch of points. It's going to bring his team up. We'll see how that one works out. 3 teams left here. Tibet have 2 players strong. Level X have 2 players strong. And then there's hometown.
Oh, 4 up.
Look at you feeling cute.
3-1. 3-1. And here comes Jat all on his own. Trying to get the free fire. Oh, hides behind the rock. So close. He's going to give that info to his team. I wonder if they're going to try and help push this together. Yeah, these are just 2 level X, man. Oh, he's in the blue zone. Bye-bye. That's over. And here comes Jat with the nade just for extra insurance. Oh, but he stops. But, yeah, teamwork.
Hometown grabs their 9th kill of the contest. Still 4 players in hometown jerseys versus the 2 from Tibet and the 1 lone Level X guy.
Yeah, can they do it? It's all hometown right now. They should have this game in the bag. As long as they don't make a mistake, it should be a chicken dinner. And 9 kills, so this is a really, really good game for them. Already secured 3rd, and you can just see they don't want to make it. They don't want to just press out, you know, and make a mistake right here. I'm surprised they haven't blown up that bus, to be honest. You know, that bus is still not blown up there. So if they do blow it up, he's dead for sure. But opting to kind of just play it safe. You know, interesting little plays. Chat, geez, 1 HP. Oh, that tree's his best friend right now.
Oh, yeah. Gonna heal up here about 75%.
That's a thick tree, too, man. That's a good one.
2 C's. Thick with 2 C's on that tree.
Oh, those are the best. Thick trees are the best trees, and that's a fact. As Jat gave that intel to his squad.
Look at smoke out the crate.
I mean, Ultron. I mean, the bus is still there and in action, and they are not even worried about him right now. I wonder if he's gonna come in for the fight.
They're going after it. Tibet's going to be able to knock Jat. That's going to be a good look so far. He's down for the count. Trickster's going to be knocked as well. Hometown had 4. Now they only have 2 left. Flash lands the shots, and that's good enough. Winner for hometown. Level X makes it a number 2. Believe it or not, and Tibet falls to third.
I mean, look at that. 12 kills for Hometown right there. I mean, that is 32 points they're going to put onto their scoreboard. I mean, man, you know that they got to be feeling themselves over there. Good to see, you know, Endgame get at least into the top 5 in this one. So I think it looks like they're starting to kind of get a hold of the way these teams play. But yeah, Level X securing that second place, Tibet in third. Great game. Great match number 3.
Without a doubt, you know, and it's fun kind of watching Hometown here because after match number 2, Hometown was still on the second page. They were 20 overall. This is going to give them so many points. What is this? 32 points in total after kills and placement. So that is going to be a big jump for them for sure. And I mean, you know, they were 11 points earlier, so it's going to put them into the stratosphere. Very, very exciting to see where Hometown lands, specifically because they played this one. You know, you're the expert here, but they looked like a solidified squad. Yeah, I mean, they I think so far they've been showing that they're one of the most consistent teams, at least in the second day. So I think they're a step ahead right now of the rest of these teams. But we're seeing a lot of the teams that we've seen, a lot of players that have a lot of experience, you know, suffering. You know, like Most Wanted in 14th, IFX in 13th here. But we still got one more match left to go. F. Dot. Erangel is coming up. But before that, why don't we see what the scoreboard looks like, huh? What do you think about that? Let's get right into it. Watching these teams kind of make their way up the boards is really exciting, especially when you realize, folks, that we did have 4 matches between A and B earlier in the week. Well, just yesterday. So seeing some of those names on the second page is not the greatest for them. So not at all. I mean, look at Impact. I mean, Impact has like a lot of players that have been in global, you know, lands, and they are currently sitting in 26th place right here. So, you know, they're frustrated, and a lot of other teams that we expected to do good as well. IFX still in 25th, only 15 points on the board for them, and yeah, it's been a tough game. One more, all it takes is one though. I think especially here this early on. Yeah, we're at front page. Let's see what it looks like. And who is, I mean, Hometown, number
3rd place.
I told you they would skyrocket. 3rd place overall. One thing I do want to note, neither today nor yesterday have we seen a team get 2 wins. Both days, only one winner chicken dinner per squad. Syndicate and Punjab looked really unbeatable yesterday.
I mean, look. I mean,
was a surprise.
I mean, you're saying unbeatable. Look at Syndicate, 1st place, no chicken dinners.
Yeah,
none.
That's what
0.
I'm saying.
0 chicken dinners. Every single team up to 5th has one, and they have 81 points, 40 kills. I mean, they just straight shredded yesterday. But hey, look at Hometown. They still got one more game. If they get a chicken dinner here, I mean, they're gonna be really set to go, at least in 2nd place. But yeah, we're definitely seeing some teams climb up these leaders. Paradox in 5th place with 50 points as well. So, you know, great game so far. Still one more to go. And I think this is going to be a big one for a lot of these squads that have not been able to quite really get it done here so far.
Yeah, honestly, trust me, it's for me, the storyline is more about the positive. Don't get me wrong. I'm real, and I like to dunk on people whenever I can. But it's fun watching these squads. Punjab and Hometown are, again, you're the expert. These guys are really unknown quantities, right? That's so exciting.
I mean, I love to see it. I love to see it because at the end of the day, you know, you have a lot of, I think, professional players trying to group up with other pros and make a team, right? Like a makeshift squad that they've never really played together. And for all you know, there could be some of these teams like Hometown, who maybe these are some buddies that have been playing together, kind of like the way all of us really started in the competitive scene. And they've been playing classics together for hours and hours on day. And even though you have some teams that are players that are technically better and more experienced, they're not as experienced together as a unit. And I think we're just seeing that synergy really work out. And, you know, all these big teams just, yeah, I mean, they're just showing up and getting it done here in the group stages.
Yeah, the individual skill versus the squad skill, right? I mean, we see it in pick a sport, right? Basketball, you threw 3 guys together and see what they could do, and sometimes it's more about the role players. I talk about a lot. You don't have to be number 1 on the leaderboard with your KDA in order to provide what your team needs. And if you got 4 superstars on your squad, that doesn't always lead to a great situation. And plus, the second thing, again, I'm going to bring it up: 80,000 teams. There are so many people playing PUBG Mobile. The next superstar, whoever your favorite player is, there's somebody better than him that you've never heard of waiting for the opportunity. And that's the most exciting part.
And the crazy part about it is, even if your favorite player, if their teammates don't bring it that day, it could be over. It could be over. You can have some just random teams that, guess what? Hey, we came to play as a squad. We're confident. We can play it. We can get it done under pressure. And if they come to really work as a unit, they could take out some of the best just as easily as anybody. And that's why I got to give it to anybody that's watching right now. If you haven't played competitive, go for it. Go for it. I mean, it's anybody's chance to be able to get it. You would be surprised right here. And the opportunity, the insane prize pools that PUBG Mobile is throwing out right here. Give it a shot. Got to do it. At that, when are we going to see you in a comp game, huh?
I'm much more comfortable sitting up here in the booth and watching from above, man. That's where I'm at. Okay.
You know what makes sense? That makes sense because I remember after yesterday's match, I saw you kind of like walk out the door and go on your private jet taking off. So I was like, oh yeah, don't worry, you don't have to worry about comp. I think Todd's doing just fine right here. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for match number 3. We got one more left to go, and we will get you right with you after this quick or long break. Who knows how long it's going to take, but we'll be back for sure with one more game left of PUBG Mobile to be played.
bang, we're back, baby. Map number 4 on the way, and we're going back, not to Cali, to Erangel. And one more time, it's F-Dot, and it's Hot Jukes.
Back, baby. Let's get it going. Last match here of day number 2. I think we're starting to see some teams adapt, get it done a little bit. And I think we've seen also some the usual we saw yesterday. Some teams that we thought that were going to just crush it, not quite get it done. You know, so still a lot of game left to be played. One map, I mean, one chicken dinner, I think is going to just throw you up the leaderboard. So if it's put up or shut up time. Time to get it down right now.
Really excited to kind of watch these teams kind of jump back into it again. We're back at Erangel, and the reason why, so we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about this, but the science of our 4 maps is really, really fun. We're going to be jumping in right now. So we see Erangel first and foremost, and then we do 2 other maps, but now we're back at Erangel. We've spent a lot of the broadcast talking about teams adjusting and seeing how everybody is going to like figure every play style out. So map 4 is going to be wildly different than map 1, even though it's the same map.
True. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, these squads now, they definitely are warmed up. I think a lot of the shakes are starting to subside, and they're starting to really kind of understand the rest of these teams. And well, the one teams that I'm really starting to look at, I'm looking at Most Wanted, I'm looking at IFX, the teams with a lot of players that have a ton of experience here to hopefully, you know, realize this is the kind of game that we need to play and have a good performance here in the last match.
Trying for it at least. This time we've got a
but hometown,
a north to south plane. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like hometown though. Hometown, they've been crushing it here. So I mean, you know, like as far as confidence wise, they got to be at an all-time high. And I think that we're just gonna see them just kind of frag out at the end. And like you were talking about, that's this playing path, north, south, right down the middle. Every single one of these teams is gonna land in a spot that they choose to. That's for sure.
Military base left alone again. Talk to me about that. Why is military base kind of empty?
It's a little far of a plane path to be able to fly there, but it would have worked out. It would have worked out really good as this circle lands, you know, nice to the southeast here. Yeah, that plane path was just a little out. They could have teased it over there. At the same time, it looks like Null opted to just kind of drop really quick, go for vehicles, but it looks like that's exactly what they're looking to do, is just kind of drive on over to military, maybe even Novo, get some quick loot and head to this next circle. And Most Wanted, all the teams that landed here, they're going to be pretty pumped because they're going to be able to loot quickly and they don't really have to move anywhere.
Ooh, Null's gonna go down south a little bit. Spoke too soon. So we'll see how that one actually pays off for them, if they're able to get some good loot or otherwise. Here's Latinos, and we'll see if they can kind of bring it up a little bit. They have not been so successful this time around. So hoping for them and their fans that they can get some wins.
They gotta get it done. This is last game here of day number 2. But this is their first day, so they still have a couple they can get done with. Oh, look at this end game. Wick all on his lonesome in a 3v1. Will his team come help him? I don't think they are. They're just gonna let him have to face this one out. Can he survive this 3v1? But Berlin only has a pistol.
Do they know he's upstairs?
They have
I don't know if they know he's upstairs.
Look at their movement. I mean, he's also pretty lit here. Oh, he jumped out. Oh,
he took one down. 2 more players stuck inside, trying to get the other angle. Beautiful rotation by Wick, but all of a sudden, 1 versus 2. Wick trying to finish him off before comes back outside.
Oh, he's fragging. He's fragging out of his mind right now.
Incredible.
Can he do it? Oh, Tigger running up with nothing in his hands. He's going to try to help out, hopefully find a gun. But it's up to Wick to get this one done.
Wick versus J Wick.
Oh, and here comes his team, though. Here comes the team. They saw those frags, and they're coming for the support now.
There it is. 2 Jeeps full of dudes. Endgame is ready to go. Everfury has a big DP and ready to run with it.
And will he be able to finally get this last player? And here comes Wick. Oh.
Wick
the shotgun. The shotgun from
J
Wick.
The 1 tap.
Oh,
but the return fire is good.
Oh, but unfortunately, that shotgun was able to take out Wick, you know? So, man, Wick did so much work for Endgame, you know, to be able to survive in that fight. And out of all the people, he's the one that gets taken out, man. Endgame, you got to have more faith in your boy Wick there. You should have just came in to help instantly. because that
I
man got it done.
Well, that looked like straight up the call was, all right, dude,
Good
you're
luck.
all alone. And then Wick goes, I knocked one, I knocked two. And they go, what? And then they all pile into the Jeep. Also, man, just on a commentator level, Jay Wick versus Wick. No, thank you.
On. Yeah, no thank
I
you
don't
as
wanna
well.
do that
I mean,
again.
I ain't gonna lie, I got a little confused there as well. You know, which Wick you talking about? But at the end of the day, you know, and the funny thing is that both Wicks took each other out. Only a Wick
That's what I'm
can
saying.
take out another Wick. You know? Wow.
Oh man,
Phenomenal.
neither Wick pulling up on top. But real talk, I mean, that was a strong 1v3. That was dummy impressive. I really enjoyed that. And you know, looking at how Jay Wick, the other player, the three team was able to kind of find the off angle and like look for it. That was impressive as well. But ultimately, just the individual prowess comes through in the clutch, and Endgame's able to move on.
So you're saying Wick's stronger than Jay Wick? But Jay Wick got the last laugh too. I mean, but then again,
but that's why you got a team.
yeah. Then again, his whole team's dead, right? He's in the lobby, and it's the last game, so.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Oh,
no!
I mean, oh, put it in reverse. BG, you know he's definitely feeling dizzy after that one right there, as he's looking at his teammate saying, "Hey, you know what, dude? When did you get your license?" Because
no, you know what's happening here? He dropped his phone. It's on gyro, right? Like.
Oh, that's what, right? Yeah, if only, right? That would be so interesting, right? Just driving with gyroscope. That I would.
Falling down the stairs.
Goodness gracious! I can only imagine. That would just be insane, you know. Oh man, I mean, he definitely felt the gyro on after doing all those kind of crazy flips.
He's out here, you know. He heard that Tony Hawk was getting re-released, and he wants a piece of that. So.
Oh yeah, you know, doing some kick flips with the dossier. I mean, style points. You know, unfortunately, won't add any actually points to your actual store, but it looks good doing it. It's what's important.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Godo. You know, just looting up right now. End game. Man, I mean, Wick, man, got taken out. That was really tough. There was such a great play as well. But man,
fun to watch.
And yeah, end game only had 3 people though. Only 3 people up alive. And now we're back to loot phase. You know, just good old-fashioned looting. Getting ready, and you can see Echo. He's got the bird on his shoulder, and that's coming into frame here. It's saying hi. You know, I wonder what
it's
Echo.
so funny.
Yeah, I decided to name that bird.
I need to see Echo toss a nade, because when you toss a nade, so when you're playing, you don't actually see the companions like on your screen. But in spectator, when homie throws a grenade with the bird companion, all you see is the stupid bird, and it's so funny. It's so funny, and I love it. So I'm rooting for it. I'm an animal lover. I want to see the birds, but right now, Latinos are seeing people across the sky. It's gonna be KDS, and we'll see exactly how Cosmos is able to handle this matchup.
Yeah, speaking of giving the bird KDS. Oh, woo, with that snipe. Getting it done right there. He stood still for that just second. That was able to get that pop shot. And I wonder if they're deciding to kind of full send this after that knock.
I mean, they're
Zio. One more. 6x. Oh, out the car. Ooh. Will he get it? He's popping shots off. They're not connecting though.
Yeah, I think that distance was just a little bit too much for Latinos to really like look for the full send, or excuse me, for Cosmos to really look for the full send. And also, Latinos don't want this anymore. They're just gonna be out. Everybody gets some vehicles and finds an exit, and that's probably the right call. You know, they clearly didn't win the gun battle. There's a car on the other side of the field. Let's just leave, find some more loot, and see what happens when we have a better sort of battlefield play.
Totally agree. I mean, Latinos, they're having a pretty tough, few matches so far. They don't want to get taken out in the last match. And now you have a player whose helmet is gone. I mean, that just got blasted off by Zio. So, and I love the fact that they were so quick to just do that disengage. There was no hesitation. They were like,
exactly.
we're not taking this fight. We got to get out of here. All players were in agreement, and they dipped quickly.
That's something that you'll see. Again, this is, game agnostic. Hesitation leads to devastation. When you make a choice, when your IGL makes the call, you got to go. Don't sit there and ask. Don't question. Just go, yes, sir, and make the move. And even if it's more democratic, if all 4 players are involved in making the shots, you've got to be able to make the call and stick to it, because even if it's the wrong call, 4 players following the wrong call can turn the wrong call into the right call. But if you got 3 players kind of thinking about it, one guy switches, all of a sudden you're disjointed, and that leads to straight up failure. So you want to see that cohesion for the teams.
Preach it, brother. Say it louder for the person in the back, man. Oh, goodness. You know, I've been at IGL in the past, and that is like the most difficult thing I think it is to be able to get to your team, regardless whether the play is good or bad. As long as you do it together, you have a chance. But if there's any hesitation, any mistakes, your chances of actually surviving just go down ridiculously. And the hard part is, and I've talked about it a lot, and some people are like, oh, you know, you're just mentioning it, but I mean, hey, it's such a huge factor. There's so many mind games that are played at this high level. Oh, but they're gonna, I mean, you're gonna have to play some plays here. G-Way with the shots. Good solid nade here. Will he get the bounce off on a No Mercy?
Not quite. Quest is able to come on up here. It's going to be Paradox locked inside the 1-2. But Quest comes up on the good side. Nueva is knocked. They'll be able to res him no problemo. And all 4 players still alive here for Quest. 4 kills already.
4 kills, but they just realized that, hey, you know what? Whole new squad that we're going to have to fight right now. And you can see Kiwing just trying to use that 3 peek advantage to his best advantage and find out Latinos Unidos. It's a party over here at farm right now. And oh yeah, like I was saying earlier, when it comes to, you know, the thing is that after you have an issue in game where you have your IGL that makes a call that maybe isn't the right one, but sometimes in this level it's a 50-50. You know, hey, we go left, we go right, and we'll have to see what happens. But sometimes you'll have a game that's, you know, an important one where the call turned out to be the wrong one, and sometimes that will lead to hesitation from the team, you know? Sure. And that team will just be like, oh, I don't know if I'll trust that. And that just that thought automatically puts you at a disadvantage. I think that's why we see these squads that have played so long together, them succeed more often than not. It's just because, hey, we've been through it, we trust each other, and we're going to get it done together.
You get this sort of like Megatron, this Voltron sort of mentality where like you've been playing on the team for so long that like you guys are already generally thinking the same thing. And then when somebody says it, it's easy to convert. Quest was previously fighting Cosmos, left, now fighting them again. And Quest, honestly, Kiwang doesn't really seem to have the best positioning here, but he lands a couple of good shots before getting peppered from above.
Yeah, you can see Cross try to find Chica. Full spray from that M4 4X. Not able to find. Oh, QA. No. He is getting full sent on by IFX. Oh, that nade is so sick.
The Quest are just going to abandon their homie out here. There's really no way to get it done. I think, yeah, QA's able to find one.
Oh, the buggy. You can't get in there because of the buggy.
You can't finish him off.
Is he going to get into it, back it up? Oh, finally catches him.
On the angle eventually.
But they are getting just blasted right now. They know it. So they're like, hey, you know what? We got this kill. Let's get out of here.
And that was, you know, IFX kind of third party that. That was, you know, I don't know where Cosmos went, but Chica showed up and they all rushed onto Kiwang and yeah, Cosmos just left. Cosmos just left.
Yeah, I mean, hey, just get that confirmed, get on out of here, get it done. And right now, I mean, heck, this is still pretty early in this circle. Surprised to see these squads really playing it so aggressive. But, you know, at the same time, I'm not, especially because it's group stages. They're saying, hey, if we can get an advantage to be able to take out a team early, let's just go for it. But, man, this circle at Shelter Farm, this is so familiar. I mean, this is one of the most familiar, I think, end zone games. So they're going to know every single spot, every hill here at this side of the map.
14 teams left. It's kind of a low number for this moment in the game, and here we see Tanker getting pushed on by team number 9. That's gonna be Hometown, our heroes for so long. That said, it's SP that's coming out on top. Spartanos Gaming have been quiet all evening, and they were able to find 2 knocks, and they're dealing with this Hometown push pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Hometown had just doing that full send strategy, and it has worked out for them, but I think, you know, SP, they were really ready for them right now. Now it's up to Jat to be able to kind of check his teammate. The nade takes out Goat right there. Unable to see the kill feed. Not sure exactly who took him out, but that is going to be huge for Hometown. I wonder if they're going to go for the press or Jack's just, yeah, it looks like he's just going to take off right here.
I guess that's the right call. I mean, Hometown are sitting up real comfortable, right? We saw them earlier. I think they're third overall. Yeah, they're third overall with 58 points. So struggling a little bit here, I suppose, but.
And you saw, I think that he left because his two teammates that were covering the hill, they were knocked. So he just said, you know what, let me just go back to them, just try to get a reset off. And unfortunately, I mean, will Trickster be able to crawl his way to safety? That would be insane. He's been crawling this whole way to his teammate, and he might just be able to get there.
The entire time he's just been crawling.
Yeah, let's see here. The game is loading up for every Fury. He's got that nade locked and loaded. Trying to be able to catch one. Doesn't look like it, but man, yeah, now it's end game. They've been having another rough game. It's just Kodo and Everfury up. Last two alive here going against Tip Top.
Kodo is elsewhere. There they are. They're on either side. They're on either side of here, which there we go. That's what I want to see. All right,
they got to move now. They got to move now, though. Yeah, this circle shifting on over to shelter. Still some good spots that are left in this zone that haven't been taken yet, but they are about to be. But look at all these squads here on the west side, man. Oh, this is going to be a tough rotation in.
Everfury making the rotation here, and honestly is a lot safer than I expected him to be. I figured somebody would look in that direction, and it is going to be team number 8, Infinix, finding Kodo. You're going to knock him, and likely that's the end of him. I think his teammate was a little bit too far away to really find that.
Everfury's out of here, but he's coming right into Most Wanted.
Couldn't get the tracking there. Was Alan but he jumps out. Sleepless right here. Knocks him easily. Vigilante finishes off Kodo, and Sleepless takes care of Everfury. That's the end of that squad.
I mean, end game. Hand in hand. Tough day for end game. Gotta get done on the next one. But still got this match going here. On getting it done, trying to just shelter. One of my favorite spots. So great rotationally. They have a really good position. It is out of this next circle, but they're gonna be able to get into this next one relatively easily. And it looks like they're opting to take it right now, or it looks like they are just moving their vehicles because this zone is starting to close.
They're trying to get in position a little bit.
A little bit of position, a little bit here, a little bit there. You see Pretender.
Tibet's still alive all the way. Didn't realize that.
And they're driving. They're underneath in shelter. So yeah, okay. So they're in zone, underneath inside of shelter. So I wonder if they're just gonna hold that for as long as possible, unless the zone shifts. Just playing it real safe right now. Oh, but SFX spots one, tries to get out of safety, is able to make it, and guess what? Now they know exactly where he is, and yeah, he realizes it.
Yeah, he's 1 versus 4. Teammates not really in the same spot, so.
I'm not a fan of that laser sight either.
Yeah, it kind of reveals your position, eh?
Well, yeah, that laser sight, what happens is like you get better hip fire, but I think at long range it kind of messes with your spray pattern. So if I'm shooting with a 4X, I'm taking that off all day long. But that's just personal preference. Everybody else got it done, but look at this. No. Oh, Tip Top, they're in big trouble right now. IFX, man, just getting it done. Oh, but it looks like they're, instead of going, they did get finished. They did end up getting finished. So there goes Tip Top. Latinos Unidos, Jordy, able to just go ahead and finish off that squad. And now IFX are just going to get this full reset off. I wonder if they're going to go drive to their boxes to try to get this loot right now.
It's possible. Right now, 6 kills in total for IFX. Chica has 0 to his name. Peralta with 2. Chica was one of the bigger names that we were looking at coming into this one. And, in all honesty, kind of a quiet player. So this is what we're talking about, how important it is to have a good team around you. We all know Chica and what he's capable of, but it's the teammates that are putting in work, and that's really impressive.
Yeah, and it's not even necessarily just having a great, team of players, but just like as long as you guys work together good as a team. I think that's the hardest part, and I think that's why we see the North American scene kind of struggle compared to a lot of the others. I mean, you look at some of the top teams in the East, PMCO Esports, RRQ, you know, these guys have had the same players since the beginning, almost, you know? And, you know, when they have issues, they obviously get it fixed out. And in North America, since almost every tournament, there's like there's just a shake the dice and see which player ends up where. And I think that because of that, you see some issues come out. But man, Hometown Flash is trying to stay alive right here, able to get some great nades onto IFX.
Espinosa just barely alive. He'll have to heal up pretty quickly. But, I mean, Peralta is geared to the teeth.
Oof.
Can definitely kind of take this on.
I hate this.
Always makes me
I hate
laugh.
this US. You know, you know, sometimes some skins can be a little bit tougher, and that skin has those headlights on top of it.
Yep.
And sometimes it's harder to shoot, believe it or not, as opposed to choosing other skins. So sometimes some skins actually make it harder on your teammates than not. I mean, it may look good, but man, we'll see if it works out. Oh, Tibet, they've been staying in shelter, and they're gonna drive out of it. Iconic. Will he be able to make it? I don't think so. Yeah, no, not today.
He's gonna fall down. Easily played there by Scrim Farm NA.
Scrim Farm NA, gotta love the name. You know, they out here farming them scrims, you know, just practicing all night long. And you can see PG. Oh, you don't want to shoot. Yeah, no. Yeah, when you're stuck in blue zone, you're hoping that they just forget about you and able to move in. But as soon as you shoot, you're gonna get turned on real quick.
Nobody forgot about that player right there. And down goes PG. Pretender here trying to see if he can help out his teammates, but that if is gonna be probably not. Although it looks he has some free room to move to his right, and so we'll see how that one works out. But Latinos and then number 7 Execute here are gonna be fighting.
Oh, third party.
Revo tries to walk on and gets a knock, but there's other people here.
3v1, free fires. Gets caught by Switch. Yeah, you know, he tried to do all he could, but kill Switch getting it done. Now he's going to try and pick up the rest of his team. I wonder if SP is going to come for the third party. Frame Boys, though, had a really good off angle right there for his team. I think they're going to be able to get everybody up right now.
They're going to try. Spartan, though.
Try. I don't know if they're going to be able to, though.
Yeah, that's the question.
Circle 5. I mean, this one's going to start closing. If a hard shifts on them, they're going to be in a tough spot. We'll see right now. It's just about to close. Oh, and it does. So it does shift off of all of these teams here. They're going to have to start going. 45 seconds left. Oh, yeah, look at Frame. On the rotate, but Spartan spots him out. And you can see Spartan right now got that AK. Snaking on in. Trying to catch X. And then you can see Dinner. All of them stuck in that house right now. They're running 3-1 with Frame Boys up on top. I wonder if they're going to be able to make those plays. And, oh, they realize that they get in the zone, but they've just been getting camped right now. They're getting killed back. They cannot leave.
Yeah, Spartans in it was a good spot, but that's going to all change. Scrim Farm is coming from the north, and that's going to threaten pretty much everybody because I think there's nobody behind them. Number 8, Infinix, is sitting pretty clean, and Most Wanted is also very comfortable. No, that's number 6. They're kind of okay, and everyone else is jockeying for position. Level X, I think, are in a good spot here.
Spartan putting on some big shots here at the end. Goat as well, able to get it to confirm onto Echo. And they're just trying to get into this next zone. This is zone 6. You just cannot be in this one. Yeah, look at Sketch. He's just getting chunked down in the blue zone. Tries to pick up Goat. Nuh-uh, not going to happen, buddy. He's not. You got to leave. Oh, Spartan able to get the finish, though. On to Dinner Daddy. And he's going to have to try and push into this one, but it ain't going to be easy. Zone's closing.
Spartan's team has 4 kills in total, and I didn't catch the UI, but I'm pretty sure all 4 belong to him. No, it's 3 out of 4.
3.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And he's working for him, honestly. He's been working
He's
real hard. Oh,
kills.
yeah, look, there goes Sketch. So now it's all up to Spartan. Can he do it?
No,
He's shooting. Oh, but he's able to use that cover perfectly right, but this circle's closing, and he's on the thick side, so it's going to close faster on him than anywhere else. And he has no choice. He just has to run in. No, nothing he can do.
Yeah, just got to come on in. Flame Boys is sitting here. He's going to look for the revive, and he's got eyes on a Spartan. That's the only threat in his mind. Obviously, there's other people behind him, closer to the circle, but
yeah,
that was done.
Yeah. And he's gone, right? Like that's it. Yeah, I mean that's the what are you gonna do? The zone hardship's on you. You gotta run. I mean, man. I mean, did his best.
I mean, realistically, what the aim there is to kind of predict the shift a little bit more so, right? Find yourself in a little better position to rush on in, but I don't really think it was up to him. To be honest with you. Other teams are doing a good job of kind of keeping him there. And speaking of good job, Most Wanted, this divot right here, does this have a name? Because this looks like a good spot. But
it's definitely a good position right here. But the problem is that everybody wants it, so they're just getting flooded on right now and trying to stay alive. But IFX, they're still in this with 3 members. Oh, what a shot from Peralta! Quick peek. He knew I mean, that's just the experience of knowing exactly this side of the map and knowing exactly where that is, because he just pre-fired right through that window and was able to get that kill.
3 teams left. You'll love to see it. It's going to be Most Wanted, Infinix, and Level X. Infinix has been the most successful team tonight, in my amateur opinion.
12
but Level X has definitely been a little bit exciting. That 12 kills is really what has been attracting my eyesight. But Most Wanted, I think, are in a good spot to try and fight back. They also have all 4 players up.
And they're trying to blow up the vehicle. And this could be their big game right here. They've not had a good run of it so far. So they finished on strong in the last match. This is huge. But they still got to go against 2 of the bigger squads we've seen tonight. Infinix and Level X.
Look at this, though, from Most Wanted. This is really good strategy. So they blow up the cars so they don't take any explosive damage after the fact from opponents, and they could use the cars as straight-up cover. Now they're going to deploy the smoke grenades to make sure that the other opponent, like, straight-up just can't see us. So the spot that they've had that was pretty good is now arguably the best spot out of all 3 of these teams. And Espinoza, though, I have really been looking at this player here. No kills in this contest so far, but he's playing that 3rd man, finding the flank onto Level X.
You know he's been putting out a ton of damage.
Go down. He's 3rd partying because Infinix and Level X are the ones fighting here.
Yeah, I think you gotta be really careful, especially at this end game, throwing nades on yourself. You know, yeah, it'll help you protect you and you can stay a little longer, but it also allows teams to push up for free since it reduces your sight line. So I think you really want to focus on kind of throwing those mid-level or on top of them and just kind of pre-fire through that. But man, this is like, you can just see right now, teams are just not having trouble deciding which team you want to focus on.
This looks like Infinix are in control. What do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just playing this super aggressive. Just using their gun skill, trying to get it done. Peralta's running on a real scary off angle right now. I mean, I wonder if they're just kind of doing a waiting game, just pre-firing, hopefully trying to get a knock. But I doubt any of these teams are going to just send it in.
Like I said, Most Wanted and Level X seem to be the ones directly fighting, and Infinix are, both of the teams, Level X and Most Wanted, are like looking in Infinix's direction, but they're fighting against each other. So Team 8 can just chill. IFX is kind of waiting for the other 2 teams to make a mistake.
Yeah, and I think that's what all these squads are just doing right now. They're just laying down, saying, "Hey, you know what? These snakes are real strong. We don't want to mess with them right now." I mean, just smokes out. It's a waiting game to see who's able to make a play. But I think that if you were going to try and peek and press, you could have done it at around 30 seconds because you would have had time to get picked back up. But now with only 6 seconds left on the clock for the zone, now it's all about do or die. It's basically who's going to be able to hit these last shots to win the game. And who's
zone shrinking, and everybody's got to be moving up. Most Wanted, all 4 up. Level X, all 4 up. The other team, Infinix, are missing their batter player in Chica, but the other 3 have been fantastic. 12 kills for Infinix and counting, because they are not done yet despite being 3 strong. I think they have some of the best positioning. Alucard takes down 1 member of Level X, and all of a sudden Infinix feel a lot more confident being the 3rd party here on this 1v2.
I was about to say about how much you want to bet these teams are wishing they had a nade. And looks like Most Wanted still had some, and this fight is now officially opened up and getting going. Sleepless. Oh, but they're just pushing in against both teams. Oh, IFX is stuck.
Most Wanted in a lot of trouble, but Level X probably is Alucard here. Alucard, that's the man. We know he is. Sleepless is going to finish off Venom as well, and still all 4 players alive for M-Dubs.
And Peralta trying to get the pickup right now as the free fire is so strong. Sanu getting some hit markers, is able to knock Sleepless. Man, dude, look at the snake game is just so strong right now. Oh, he caught Alucard.
And he did. He dinked him a little bit.
Is someone gonna get spotted here? Oh, hard foot. He had to have heard those shimmies on the right side of him. Oh, this is the hardest part. This is so difficult to play right here. I mean, you're just laying down. You're so nervous trying to make plays. You're pre-firing at every little thing. So scary.
So, everything for Level X relies on Sonic right now. Either he gets the kills or he gets killed. Barry's gonna grab a knock. Great look there so far for Level X. Vigilante and Peralta. Sonu, that's what I'm saying. If he gets these knocks on Infinix, I think this is a great look for him. Sana's on the ground.
Sana. You know, Sanu's knocked. Sonu's 1 HP, but he is able to get a little bit of health. He's the last one alive for his team. It's IFX. Oh, gets sprayed down by Exotic. Sanu with the 1-1.
Stand up.
Most wanted. Getting the last chicken dinner of the evening, baby. Getting it done.
Infinix, I guess they just got over it and they just stood up and went for the kills, unable to find them. They do get, 14 overall. Second place, Level X only gets the 2, but Most Wanted, 8 under the belt alongside a good dinner. And boy, that one ended. I mean, that was an interesting end there. Talk to me about it.
I mean, that is the hardest play of this game. You know, the end game, just snaking, pre-firing, trying to make shots. It is so nerve-wracking. It's so difficult, especially when you're surrounded by multiple teams. It's pretty much who sees who first, you know. And I think that at that end game too, you may want to go to your settings and turn on aim assist too, because that might help out. You know, kind of like, I mean, most of the time I don't like to play with it on, but those end games, you know, that little aim assist might be able to kind of nudge you in the way of where a snake might be. You know, so players, I mean, players just trying to get anything done. It's so tough, that end game, and but Most Wanted having had a tough first 3 matches, but right here, you know, they gotta be feeling great after last match.
You know, I really thought that was going to be Infinix. I loved the way Espinosa was able to kind of find that angle there. And I thought that was going to be the end. I thought M-Dubs and Level X were going to kind of slay themselves and open up the field for Infinix. But not quite. A little surprising ending there for me.
I mean, also, too, we saw Espinosa put in so much work and getting so much damage done, but 0 kills. 0 kills. Vigilante had 8 kills on his own, but Peralta got 6, you know? So it's just so insane to see that, you know, it's a team game, you know? Like, regardless whether you're the one to get the kills, you're such an essential member of just getting it done right there. But, man, let's go ahead and see what the scoreboard looks like after day number 2. Everybody's played in the same amount of games. Let's look at it right now.
Dominated by groups C and D here. This is our second page here, and there's a couple of names from Group A and B here on the side for sure. Impact 30 out of 32. I'm sure a lot of people are scratching their heads about that one. Latinos Unidos able to find a couple of kills, 9 kills in total, and 21 place points. They were the quiet killers. I feel like every time we saw Latinos, they were engaging and doing, you know, medium well, which is what you expect on the club open field.
Hey, medium well, I like it. I prefer it medium, but hey, teach their own for everybody. You know, you also like to see Endgame, you know, another big team that played today for the first time, getting 28th place. So that is that's an interesting one to see. I mean, they still got another day to make it happen, but man, it's crazy to see these teams with so much experience not really able to get it done. But let's look at who ends up on top after day number 1. And hey, it's got to be Syndicate. I mean, they just went insane yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep bringing it up. 40 kill points, and perhaps the biggest one.
That's like 10 average a game. Are you kidding me?
And they didn't win. They
need to.
And they're still up on top by almost 20 full points. Punjab also from yesterday, but Hometown and Level X make their way into the number 3 and number 4 slots respectively. And seeing that one go down, I think was really cool because Hometown's an interesting squad for sure.
Yeah, and Level X not able to get the chicken dinner, but 40 placement points. I mean, that's only one less than Syndicate. So they're basically in second place when it comes to placement, you know, just not able to get as many kills, of course, as some of these other squads, but still fourth place. They got to be feeling great. All these teams, congratulations for, you know, being able to perform here on your first day of the group stages. But hey, still plenty of games left. You know, you got to be able to have that consistency. But that is that's gonna be it for game number 2. Let's go ahead and take it on over and say goodbye over here at Dot. As man, what a pleasure. What a pleasure it's been to be able to cast with you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like Jukes was saying, this is day 2 of 6. Tomorrow we'll see Group A versus C, then it's BD, and then day 5 and day 6 will follow up. However, this is going to be my last day on the Open, and all I want to say is just thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun, kind of jumping in head first. Jukes held my hand a lot, you know, trying to learn and get a little bit more acclimated to the game. This is the guy who you want to talk to learn it, and you know. Thank you, Sensei.
Man. I don't know about Sensei. I'll tell you one thing, man. It's so crazy to be able to see how fast you're just able to kind of like learning and dive into this game. It's been really incredible to watch. And, you know, of course, conversations we have behind the scenes. I've learned an incredible amount. It's great to be able to, you know, a little guy like me be able to catch against such a veteran. So, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's go.
I'm no vet. I'm on your battlefield, and you absolutely brought it. But shout outs to all the fans as well. It's been really, really cool. And the teams coming out again, you know, to step away from it real quick, it is so much fun to watch these open tournaments because you have no idea who's going to come. We have established names that aren't on the top, and with 80,000 teams signing up, we are going to find the next PUBG Mobile superstar. That's why we're here. And whoever we saw at Worlds 2 days ago at this point, I'm just saying, there's new blood in the water, and the sharks are swimming.
Oh yeah, but guess what? You know, the sharks are definitely those guys, and they're hungry, and so. But hey, you never know. It could be those sharks that are just a little bit hungrier. Got to put in that work. But hey, 80,000 teams signed up. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been on the line and been put out in just a short period of time. So guys, that's gonna be it for today, man. F-Dot, once again, been a pleasure. Again, I'm Hot Jukes. Go follow the socials. Follow everything. You know, of course, follow this man on Twitter. You know, you don't have to worry about me. Follow him because, you know, like he's insane. You know, but that's it for today's games. And we'll be able to catch you guys tomorrow. Let's get it going. Goodbye.